The back door is open. That one guy from Zephyrus' shop, magic shop owner, is missing, and he seems to be lost in the cave that he usually goes to.
Zephyrus.
Yes. He usually goes to outside the city.
We basically agreed to find him and bring him back.
Yes. And key note to add that his cave is like a day or two out.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna do with you? Because it's either you're with us or you're dead.
Yeah.
Wait, it's like antique.
Yeah.
Oh!
And welcome back to Millennial Tavern, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us back here again. So we had the clearance come through. We started a little bit later today, so apologize for that. But we are back at it. We were kind of doing a mini recap where I started the stream with something about the back door and going into the back door. And
That's where it started?
that's where it started.
Hell yeah.
So if you want to elaborate on this a little bit.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well,
not at all.
no context needed. So, but we'll go ahead and do a recap of the general session. What kind of transpired here as of late?
Say it again?
A little bit.
We gambled.
Do some gambling.
I won some money. We're waiting. We ran into someone as we were leaving the high rollers table.
On the way out.
On the way out.
Of which casino?
Celestial Look.
Mm-hmm.
After we asked to see the owner, which is the daughter of...
Well, when you say ask, you kind of insinuated you'd like to meet her, and they said she sometimes goes to that area.
Ooh.
It wasn't like you scheduled an appointment with her or something, and she's going to be showing up.
Correct. And yeah, that was pretty much most of the fucking... we left the fight, we went to the casino, we passed the statue, went to the shop.
What happened at the shop?
Yeah, what happened at the shop?
What happened in the shop?
Yeah, what happened in the shop?
We did spend like a
Let's glaze over the part that took an hour.
Yeah, literally.
Which shop?
Well, yeah.
exactly, precisely.
Yeah, you're bringing the point. Why we should probably talk about it. What happened at either of the shops?
Well, the Magic and More by Zephyrus. Zephyrus is basically gone and lost in a cave that we're supposed to go find him. We agreed to go. We told his servant basically that, hey, we're going to go find Zephyrus, but we were going to go gamble first.
Well, yeah, we'll find him later.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll find him tomorrow.
Night is young, kid.
There's a potential that the main statue has a hidden compartment in it. It's just missing a gem in the hand.
Yeah. It could be that, yeah. Also, my name's in the hat.
Yeah,
That's a pretty big thing.
That's yeah.
So like you're bouncing overall, like you just went like I made some money and we left, and that was all
Literally
relevant
like
to
the last
session.
20 minutes of the session. That was that.
I didn't do anything else.
So let's talk about that a little bit. So what happened with you, Reginald?
I started making my way into the city. I went up to the front gates and everything, and I asked, "Hey, I want to put my name in the hat, and I want to fight." Everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, right. Oh, you're serious? Okay, well, here, sign your life away. Everything that you own is now ours, and if you win, great, you get the other guy's shit. We're gonna put you a track. We're gonna put a tracker on you. Don't leave the city, or else you'll blow up." And we'll notify you within 24 hours of when your next fight is. And I'm like, cool. And then that's when I met up with you guys when you guys were leaving the arena. The arena. And then we went to that one clothing shop where you guys got all like fancy schnee.
Got our shit back.
Yep.
And talked and had come to Jesus.
Yeah, basically talked about what's our, not moral dilemmas, but where we all stand and
why we're here as a group and what we plan on doing.
And then what we're going to be really doing next in the sex.
And I wasn't a part of any of these conversations.
Correct.
Hey, yes.
Because you were napping.
Well,
Yours was napping.
you chose to sleep. And that's what your character did too.
Or so we think.
So yeah, we had that little coming to Jesus moment, and then we left, went to the magic shop, saw the really timid guy. What was his name? Jarvin. Really timid. Said that Zephyrus was not there in the main magic shop. He was trapped in a cave, and his cave that he usually goes to is like a 2-hour trip just one way,
2 hours?
an hour or two. I thought you said an hour or two.
Probably about an hour or two.
Yeah.
You have to look at the map for the grid.
Why'd
So
say
you
2
said
days?
you. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I
So
thought
if
you
you-
said 2 days.
Yeah. You said an hour or two. So I'm like, could you
No.
look at the map again? Because I'm
Sorry,
pretty sure-
I meant my mind was in 2 days, but
Okay.
hours.
Each piece is a day, right?
It's
Yeah, so
basically
it's like
2
2.5
days.
days if we travel safely.
Yes,
yeah. If you
2
travel
days.
safely walking, yes.
2 days one way.
But if we travel dangerously on horseback,
we
30
might.
minutes.
We're already there.
Just gotta recklessly attack your way through. So.
Yep.
Just keep teleporting.
we have disadvantage on the
fucking Ocarina of
random
Time, just
encounter
keep
table.
rolling.
Do we have any transportation spells? Dimension door? Just keep doing it over and over again.
I have this one called Dementia Door.
Dimension.
You walk to the door and you're like, where? Why
I
the fuck am
got
I here?
one.
We're not talking about Sims 3,
I
okay?
got
Yeah,
thunder
exactly.
stuff.
It's just me on a
That
daily
still
basis.
happens in 4.
All right. So anything else we want to go ahead and toss in?
300 feet.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
these,
no.
the statue did look extra peculiar after we were like, hey, yeah, I wonder why this little statuette of the same exact goddess looks exactly like that one. This one moves. Aww.
He saw it move when it was being claimed, potentially.
And then, what else? What else was a very... Nathaniel's so large.
Yes.
Nathaniel's so large. I'm not going to drop it. I'm not going to drop it. Nobody's going to forget. And we were like, yeah, Lady Brazaria, the Celestial Luck, sounds like a good conversation to have. And that's when we gambled and got stopped by somebody just before we ended.
Absolutely. Cool. All right. Anything else we want to add before we go ahead and resume?
No, we're gonna find the evil monkey man and
We
save the ninth dimension.
We did make some friends at the tables.
We did.
Yeah, we made friends with the lady who owns the what's it called? The other big potion shop, the potion monopoly, basically in all of Shadowstone.
Actually, let's go outside real quick.
Oh my god.
She got lucky because of us.
Excitement peel,
So,
okay?
Tyler, come on.
yep,
Yeah, I'd probably go figure out that name is still. Probably helpful.
it's a really good idea.
It's a really good
I
idea.
literally couldn't
I-
take any notes last week, so because like it just wasn't allowing me to input. So I
Got you.
There we go. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and resume there. So as we go ahead and resume our adventure, the five of you end up kind of walking your way out of this high roller area up in the top of the Celestial Luck. As you begin kind of approaching that long staircase that seems like it's made out of glass that kind of comes back down, almost like ascending from this like constellation of stars and everything that are kind of projecting across the ceiling, you end up kind of starting to head over towards that staircase as somebody actually gets in your way. Looks like they're wearing some kind of a very, very nice general attire, and they walk up to you. You see what looks like kind of like long, flowing, white, yellowish hair that seems to be kind of like going across their face, almost like it's in perpetual motion. It's just kind of like flying around every which way. This individual just walks up to you. Greetings.
Good evening. How are you this fine evening?
Go ahead and roll investigation.
She's just standing in our way. I'm just like,
I
hi.
am socially awkward.
hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're fine.
No moments.
I knew I was forgetting
Bless you.
something. Yes.
Bless you.
Investigation
Don't do it.
7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. I was told somebody was trying to summon me. They would like to speak.
Oh, are you the Lady Brazaria?
I'm Brazaria.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. I want you to go ahead and roll investigation.
Yeah! Please do better. Okay.
That's a dirty
Zaria,
20.
the one that owns the
Okay.
potion place?
No, that's the casino lady.
Oh, the owner.
Yes.
Okay. So she's one of the.
Okay, what was this? That dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
That's
So as you're actually kind of like looking up and down her attire and everything, you're kind of trying to figure this out, and it's like this is odd. It's like, well, based off the description and everything that Cynthia kind of provided, this is supposed to be a woman. This looks kind of like a man. This something's odd.
You can't say it. You're gonna get canceled. You can't say that.
You're wrong.
You don't know what I'm going at, so.
Are you the Lady Brazaria?
Everyone seems to think I'm a lady. Just because I have the long flowing hair, that doesn't mean that I'm a lady.
Well, I do
My name is
believe
Bazara.
Brazara.
Yes.
It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Arthur, and these are my compatriots. We have Sia, Erod, and Reginald. And of course, Cynthia. We were hoping to maybe get your acquaintance.
Cynthia, I mentioned you earlier, you were the part of the notables, Noble Black Swan. Yes, that was right. I was. Brazara.
You can ask that last week.
That was his name. That was the name. Yes, it was my name. Everyone roll insight really quick.
No.
Pretty sure I asked this question last week.
Oh.
You did,
I mean, you told me it was a fucking daughter.
because that's what Cynthia said.
21.
NPCs can make mistakes, bro.
Fucking bitch.
Fucking bitches. Of course. All right, so what was your
What
roll?
am I doing? Insight?
21.
24.
One.
All right, so you're like, this is going great.
16.
We're off to a great start.
16.
Great introduction.
Great introductions. And then as the rest of you are kind of looking at it, you can tell that he's actually really irritated. Like he's just like not like fuming. He's just kind of like,
Because of us or just in general?
you can probably tell just based off how this interaction has kind of gone so far.
I know. What are we asking Brazara? Brazara? That's the name, right?
Why are we even?
Why do we need him? Her, him,
That's
sorry.
That's a him question.
Well, I believe we might.
I don't think we're in character right
Oh, well.
No.
We are in character.
Oh no! Wait!
Yeah.
You didn't
now.
work.
Time out.
Okay, fine. I'll let you guys have 10 seconds to sort this
Let us
out.
stop.
10 seconds to sort this out.
I don't actually know. I just wanted to talk and chat.
Yeah, you literally.
Like always.
There was
Like
no,
always.
Schmooze.
there was no actual, besides maybe getting a shot for Margaret.
Which probably ain't.
But like
One
there
of
was
the Celestial-
zero.
I just wanted to schmooze.
There was zero intention, at least an actual motive to see.
And
well,
Cynthia, we were walking around. You told me your friends wanted to discuss something.
Oh wait. It's coming back to me.
Well, it better come back faster. What is it?
You see, Mr. Brizara,
Mm-hmm.
we have some information for you, actually. As you may well know, that's I will be one of the fighters for tomorrow.
I do not well know this.
Well,
Did you recently put your name into the hat?
I put my name in the hat. Yes.
How long ago did you do this?
Just only a couple hours ago.
You're not going to be fighting tomorrow.
I'm not.
What kind of lunacy are these gods telling you?
Okay. Well, I said they told me what. Anyway, within 24 hours.
So within 24 hours' time, you'll be approached. They will give you the final documentation, the death seal. But that will be part of the final signing and documentation once we have your confirmed date for the fate.
Well, okay. Well, that's news to me. Thank you for that. Well,
It's not
one
a
of the main
problem.
reasons why we wanted to, introduce ourselves and greet you is, well, we wanted to just give you this sort of opportunity. You see, I'm a very capable fighter, and let's say there might be just some easy money for you if you were to bet on a certain someone.
I do always bet on my fights. I'm not sure what you're trying to insinuate.
Well, I'm insinuating that, I can assure you a prominent victory, thus giving you easy winnings in exchange for, just a little bit of insights, maybe some information.
Roll persuasion.
Oh yeah.
Guidance. Guidance.
Roll first.
No, why to cock back?
Did you just tell him to roll first?
I can do it before or after the
Or
roll.
can't? Yeah. Well,
It's technically magic in a place we're not supposed to be doing magic.
This is true.
You roll.
That's a 6. That's a 6 on persuasions.
Is a 10 gonna make a difference?
I
Probably
doubt
not.
it, no.
So no. I'm not gonna risk it.
No, I
On
wouldn't have-
myself is one
I-
thing, but giving
I
it to somebody
completely
else.
forgot about the whole magic thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all.
There's always possibility to make money. Getting inside information is a little bit more difficult nowadays. Given the fact that timelines for fights have been shot up slightly, I'm just not really confident in what I'm hearing right now. I mean, no defense of it.
Not taken. I mean, it's
Well,
that's.
I think, Reginald,
Mhm.
if we may, I think this might be a good time to prove ourselves in your next fight, so that it would be a safer bet indeed for the next coming ones.
That's
So-
also true. I mean,
It is. We would not dare insinuate that anyone can make a financial decision easy or difficult in one go at the express presentation of a quick 3-second little blurb. I think we will just remember Reginald's name, who his fighting name is to be determined, and we will. And surely enough, you will see our good lad Reginald in the arena.
that's
Woodstock.
Oh.
Very peculiar name there.
Was stuck.
I'm sure you don't want to go with death sport.
Nope. You know what? That sounded a lot better now that I'm saying the Woodstock right now. But
not
I
too-
said it.
it's not too
it's
late.
Woodstock.
Very well, friend. I wish Woodstock the best of luck in this.
My name is now Woodstock.
Yeah.
If you are looking to make such a coin on the fight, perhaps I'm a little still not understanding what it is you're asking. So you want me to just watch your friend fight, then possibly bet on your friend, as I would any normal fighter? Cynthia, is this really the part of the matter why we need to bring me over here to talk to your friends, or so they can tell me that I should watch him fight and then bet on him in the next fight? This seems nonsensical.
How involved are you in the fighting situation here in the city? Clearly, you said you watch the fights, you bet on pretty much everything. Do you have a say exactly how that whole situation works?
I'm on the board that helps to determine and discriminate between different fighting matchups.
Has there ever been talks of partnerships, team-ups, 2v2s?
Partnerships of 2v2s.
Like two fighters fighting against two fighters?
Yeah, this doesn't seem like much of an ordeal. You see, the way we make decisions for the fights in the arena itself are based solely off of our ability to maintain profit. See, now if we have multiple main show fighters out on one floor, then we have two fighters that go down over the course of the event. But it's not going to make more or less money in another event. Because especially the poor in this city, they only have so much money to gamble at one time. When they put their bets out, sure, there might be another fighter out there, they'll just split the bets slightly. But it's not going to draw more people into the stands, buying more wines, buying more bread. And on the other side of that as well, you have to remember that there is not going to be another fight. Two of them dead. That's another fight that could happen another day. More money coming in, more people coming in. It's nonsensical in my opinion.
I mean, is it possible that maybe it's something that could be done like either once in a while, like a special event? I mean,
My friend, what is your name?
Edward.
Edward. You're a very sharp-dressed fellow. It sounds like you have a lot of coin.
One could say.
The outfit speaks for itself there, friend. I can tell it's not a legardo, it's a legardo made, but very good on you, sir. Very good. My point though being, the attire you have there, very expensive. You come in, you bet money on fight. That's great. Very good for everyone here. But, you are in a few people's city that have big coin. If we do one, we lose another fight. We're in the business of making money. Similar to how you make your coin, or whatever that might be. How do you make your coin?
Just adventuring, finding it out in the lands.
Going out and adventuring. If you go out and adventure and you decide not to adventure for 3, 4, 5 days, 6, 7, 8 days, weeks, months, you lose out on coin. You might make a lot of coin on one adventure. You might make coin on a lot of coin, one fight. But we keep fights, we keep going, we make coin.
I understand.
Adventuring is a tough job.
Well, if it's ever anything that you guys are looking to do, you keep us in mind.
Actually, it might be something. Let's say a pretty big axe you have slapped on the back of your friend. What is that?
It was.
It's okay, you could take it out. The guards will not come. Let me see. That is a mighty fine axe there. Oh, it's very impressive, the details and the markings. Where'd you come across this one? Yeah, I give it back to you.
This was my father's ex.
Oh, your father's axe. Very interesting. So, you're sling axe often?
It's my way of protection when I'm out in the world, away from civilization.
Very interesting. What about the rest of you? I don't see you all wearing very fine. Most of you are wearing very fine attire. You make good coin? Doing this the adventuring as well?
Yes, adventuring and curating items that not all might find valuable, but we did find the correct buyers.
Something to keep in mind then, I suppose. Back in the back of my head. It is interesting to think about.
Well, we
I
did,
like knowing adventurers. Adventurers do good things. They find good things and they're often very resourceful.
there seems to be a lot of people about town just recently. Is there anything special going on that we're missing?
You mean, other than the fact that...
Well, the fight just happened, of course, but it seems there's just more scuttle.
We have the Okolic. He's the commander of the Scare Legionnaires. He's doing a speech tomorrow morning.
Do you have any inclination of what that might be?
Being a part of the Bold family, I have very, very defined understandings of what will be said. Yes, but you have to wait for the next morning to hear.
Fair enough. I will hear it from the horse's mouth myself. I don't want to presume to take any of your time. Thank you so much for speaking with us, and we...
Could I actually, you watch it, you kind of have a second. Could I get your names one more time, please? Papers, actually, as well, if we can. I would like to be able to contact you if I wish to speak to you again. For reasons outside of what we are discussing, Cynthia, this could be a fruitful interaction after all.
Paper.
So he's basically just going to kind of pass this off to his guard, and his guard is just going to kind of start writing down the names and everyone and everything.
And he was
Don't
part
buy
of
that.
what family?
Bold.
Bold.
Both family. I bid your family adieu. And as he goes ahead and starts kind of like giving this spell, you're going to hear him just start kind of like muddling something underneath his breath. It's going to sound something kind of like this, like Wagalia on the key. As he just kind of like gives a bow and starts walking away. What languages y'all speak? Did not see it in the language.
I couldn't remember if they had their own specific language. or not.
Primordial. Would be odd one now.
Oh, I got Abyssal, Common, Elvish, Infernal.
Common, Druidic, Gnomish, and Undercommon.
Said what was theirs?
Common, Druidic, Gnomish, and Undercommon.
And you said
Abyssal, Elvish, and Infernal.
then you
Elvish, Gnomish, Primordial.
Primordial, okay. You're gonna so you're actually gonna pick up a couple of the syllables there, Storm. You can't really tell exactly the dialect is, but it sounds like it was Celestial.
I'm gonna pick that one too. Son of a bitch.
A little bit. Yeah. All right, so you're gonna watch as Rizara just kind of gives a bow, says that, and starts kind of walking off.
I look around. It was not the bad.
I don't think we all were.
I'm sorry, I ran into him and I figured it might be a good idea.
Well, no, we do appreciate you.
Not
for
your fault.
Making introductions. Yeah, I was just more or less caught off guard. We were winning up there, and I was having a few drinks, and all of it seemed to escape me.
What do you mean we were winning? It's more than me.
I mean, that was a little bit.
I told you to go in on the whatever it was, and it worked.
I believe it was the scatter. I happened to walk by the
Scatter,
table.
yes, the scatter.
Well, we have quite the.
It has been quite the day.
Yeah, we definitely have some decisions to make here. For the
Hard to
next-
believe all of this happened in one day.
One day? You mean
One day.
2 hours?
Well, no, hard to believe that just this morning we were almost retching at the scent of rotting flesh outside the gate. Perfect.
So it's like nighttime.
Yeah, it's like later into the evening at this point.
I would say we possibly let's get back to our room. We can check on Elena. We can discuss what we want to do tomorrow, and start winding down a little bit.
I am all for getting some rest in some nice, comfortable beds.
You guys can. I can't go into the noble district. That's fine with me. I'm okay with that. I mean, I spent most of my time here anyways, so I can survive on my own. Don't feel like you have to.
I mean, could we get you a guest pass? Does that work?
I think I'll be fine.
I don't know if we can do it this late either. What the turnaround time might be.
No, seriously, you have connections.
For this, not for a guest.
I think we've exhausted all of our.
Not at this point in time during the day.
Right. Well, what's your option then? Going back out into the blighted district, or
You're not even allowed to leave the city.
No, I
Does
was
that
told
mean-
I have to be within the walls.
Roll history for me.
Isn't the Blighted District still in the city?
There is a blighted
there is
district.
a
in
blighted city, but not a blighted district. His
Yeah.
house is in the
It's in the outside of the
I wasn't
walls. History is 15.
You do remember in the contract there was mention of a sleeping quarters in the arena for potential fighters.
I guess I could try. Oh wait, maybe I could try going into the arena. I think they might have mentioned something along maybe some sleeping quarters. So I think I should be just fine.
Well, at least it's indoors.
Yeah. Away from some of these cruises.
All right. Well, then, if you're cool with it, because we'll just try to meet up with you around the fountain in the morning.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll give me some time to just collect myself a little bit before I hear some news.
Okay. Sounds like good plan. Everybody ready to go?
I'm ready. Shall we?
So as you end up heading on down out of the Celestial Luck and finding your way back onto the street, you're going to see what looks like a lot of people just kind of scattering off in different directions, kind of entering and leaving casinos, just kind of like bouncing and beat-bopping around between different things. Some of them are completely drunk, and some of them are actually kind of looks like very, very hyperactive, just kind of doing their own thing. Eventually, you end up finding your way over to where the fountain is, and you watch as Reginald and his companion just kind of walk off in their direction towards the arena. As the rest of you end up going up to the gate, presenting your papers, and finding your way over to Fortune's Den. As you get up into your room, you're going to see what is Elena just kind of hanging out there.
Oh, there you are. Did you get plenty of rest?
Yeah. What did you guys end up doing?
Plenty. Not to remember all of it.
Went to this casino. Got sexually harassed. I went to a magic shop. Met a really weird fellow that worked there. And apparently, we possibly might go find a shopkeep up in some cave south of here. Reginald is in a fight.
So,
Well, signed up for a fight.
so typical Tuesday night then.
Sure. Yeah, so, and he's not allowed to leave the city for 24 hours, at least.
Who's
So
he gonna fight?
I have no idea. She's supposed to hear from those people within 24 hours.
Who's those people?
I don't know, like the Seal Legion or the people that run the arena or whoever.
People who run the arena. Imagine Cynthia won't know more specifics, but Cynthia is the de facto manager of the Woodstock, who's not here with us. But that's his name. And could you imagine that name being announced by...
I mean, to be fair, it is a really stupid name, but at least the positive is that when people hear it, it's possible. It's like, hey, this guy's going to die. I'm going to place my bets on the other guy. And then when he wins, you know, like psychological kind of.
Or they might think, oh, this guy's actually really good because he doesn't put death in his name. So he must be really good.
No, I think the death names are probably more common. So...
Yeah. So yeah, we want the money. Seer won a good amount of money. I won a little bit of money, and
I had a few drinks, so
It's pretty I would have been drinking. So I'm probably just gonna go in the corner and just start meditating, like sleeping. That's all I'm doing.
So pretty much plan is hang out here, get some rest. In the morning we'll go meet up with Reginald and see kind of what we want to do.
Alright, I guess. Where is he staying?
Well, because he can't technically leave the walls of the city, I guess they told him that they have lodging for potential fighters at the arena. So he's going to sleep there.
At least he's got Cynthia, I guess, if anything happens.
I beg your pardon, I'm right here.
Yeah, she is with you
I
guys.
thought you guys were saying that she was with you. That's literally
No,
what...
she's gonna
right here.
Yeah, no. She's gonna take all over the business practices. That's what they said.
Of
She hadn't walked in the door yet.
Hi!
She hates me still, right
I was
now.
gonna say, I'm pretty sure Cynthia's not a fan of Anna right now.
Sorry, it's gonna go back and forth for ever. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely going to get some sleep. So,
I have no other business to attend to, other than my own. I go find a privy.
So are we just supposed to keep wearing these fancy outfits the whole time we're here?
And then
You're right.
It's got Velcro on the side.
you might have to cast a mending on it in the morning. Yeah, I'm probably not going to worry that much unless we're going to fancy places and crap. I don't know. Anyways,
Well,
going to
our
bed.
normal clothes got cleaned.
I don't know if they got clean. They were just being held at the place. The, close up. I don't have to clean them.
No. I doubt it.
So, as everyone's going to go to bed, though?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so as the rest of you end up going to bed, Cynthia's going to say, I'm going to run out. I want to go get a couple drinks. See if I can do some more networking, connecting for our friend Reginald. And I'll be back.
Don't forget Woodstock.
Woodstock.
You should probably change that. You do what sounds good. You know that you know this.
It's not exactly my place. It's Woodstock. It's Woodstock. And you're going to watch, she just kind of turns around and starts walking.
All I can think of is that one, like from the original Spider-Man. Is like, no, wait, my name is the Human Spider.
That's
You said my name wrong.
Alright. So you end up bedding down, and after a long rest, you all end up waking up. Reginald, that evening, as you end up kind of finding your way over to the arena, you end up meeting one of the Scale Legionnaires and one of the actual runners of the arena. They usher you back into a side-off quarters where it looks like there's a couple other fighters in there. It looks like most of them are sleeping right now.
Most of them are sleeping. Okay. Can I just do like a quick perception to see like if anyone like really stands out to me or anything like that?
Yeah, you can go ahead and get a look around. So let's do. If you're gonna look around, though, it's gonna be investigation. Unless you're like literally just kind of like trying to peer around really quick before you like sit down.
I mean, looks just a quick look. See, like I said, if anything stands out, it's an 8
Right?
investigation.
It's pretty dark in there, so you aren't really able to make a whole lot out of it. But
Yeah.
it looks like there might be like one person just kind of like sitting off in the corner, but you're not really seeing.
Okay. They said one of the Scale Legionnaires just took me to like just the private quarters. Okay.
It's more like barracks sleeping. Think of it
Barracks.
like that.
Okay. All right. Nothing really catches my attention except just one guy. He's asleep, or is he just muttering to himself? He said.
It's hard for you to tell.
Okay.
Yeah. He's just like kind of sitting off in the corner.
So boy, that's my spy you're standing in.
First one of the prison. Start dominance.
Step 1, yes.
Lay down the biggest guy there.
I guess I'm gonna go ahead and just find a good spot to like open a little spot and just kind of lay down, just sit down, just sit up for a little bit. I do want to just kind of take out that pocket watch.
Okay. Alright. You are able to attune to the pocket watch.
Okay. Right.
You have that in your inventory, right?
Yes, I do. I made sure.
Cool. Good. Alright. And you also end up awakening after a long rest. So your awakening is gonna be a little bit different than everybody else. You're actually gonna awaken to one of the looks like one of the officials actually who runs this arena, kinda walks in there. Reginald?
Oh.
Is that Reginald here?
Yes, that's me.
Come with me, please.
What you mean, Woodstock?
The name's Woody.
Woodstock. So as he ends up kind of ushering you off, he's gonna be saying, we're going to be finishing up the final of your paperwork. We managed to get it processed a little bit faster than what we initially would have thought. Do you know what the mark of death is?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Okay, well, we're going to be doing a mini ceremony to give you this mark, and once that's done, then you'll be free to go until eventually you get someone back here. You'll be able to leave the city walls.
Oh, well, fantastic. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So if you could go ahead and sit down right over here, and you watch it, they just kind of lead off in the hallway. It brings you off into this kind of room that's basically entirely cobblestone.
Okay. Sweet. All right, I'm just gonna nonchalantly just walk into the room.
Okay. Please take a seat. Please. Okay, so the final bits of the paperwork right here. So your fight is said to be taking place about 2 moons from now, 3 moons at most.
Okay. A little later than I expected, but no worries. Okay.
So if you could go ahead and sign right there, please. Thank you very much. And again, we just need to compare it to your papers.
Okay. Thanks.
Absolutely. All right, and let's go ahead and give this an additional validation. You watch, he just kind of signs, does his thing. He hands it back to you, and there's nothing written on it. Alrighty, sir. So now what we need to do? Come, please. Come. You're gonna watch as what looks like this bigger, burly man comes out wearing these like massive gloves. He's gonna go ahead and like kind of like start approaching you while holding on this box.
He brings what?
He's holding onto a box. Like, okay, so what we need you to do now is we need you to just go ahead and put your arm out. Please? There we go. Alright, now, don't worry, this will only hurt a bit. You're gonna watch as like the big guy essentially just grabs on your arm. Go ahead and takes his box and then just immediately like rams the box on your arm. You're gonna watch as the entirety of the box begins to kind of like shatter off and break, as it looks like the box just kind of begins to decay and almost like it's kind of like turning into rot, as eventually this like cuff kind of begins to like mold onto your flesh. So as you end up,
We have a watch.
so as you end up kind of looking at this, you're gonna watch it. It looks like this giant tattoo mark begins to kind of form right here, and then the tattoo begins to kind of like protrude a little bit from your flesh. As now it looks like it is some kind of a metal that's going around the exterior, almost like a cup. It looks like it's kind of raised out of your skin.
That's a very interesting fashion statement.
Oh, it's not to worry. It's just it's gonna feel a little uncomfortable for a little bit, but this is realistically
right now.
how we keep track of you. So just know that if you end up trying to remove it at all, meaning like because you could try to, you could get your fingers underneath there now that it's actually separated from your flesh slightly. If you go ahead and try pulling it up and taking it off, you will die instantly. If you end up doing any kind of magic dispelling effects on it, you'll die instantly. If the magic of this gets dispersed at all or is interfered with, you'll die instantly. So it's probably best not to do any of that. It's very sad when we lose fighters this way, but this is how we allow you to go off and do whatever it is that you see fit until your fight.
And I presume if I wander off too far or don't come back, I die instantly.
Catch on to things.
Yeah, it's kind of easy to, catch on to things when, the...
Just remember, we will be tracking you this entire time too. So.
Noted. Okay. Well, is there anything else you need of me?
No, sir, you are free to go.
Okay. Well, I guess you'll keep in touch.
Well, we won't be speaking to you at all, no.
Okay. Bye.
All right.
I'll take my leave then.
Very well, sir.
And I guess it's just walk straight out.
Okay.
Still like early morning.
Yeah, it's gonna be early morning.
Okay.
Probably like sun's just beginning to rise. Like you probably didn't get a full night's sleep, but it was enough to get a long rest. So.
How much? Okay. A little bit of coin. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna cruise around to the little shop, see if there might be a place where I can just grab, just like maybe a quick bite or a quick drink of something.
You are gonna have like a little like kitchenette area where it looks like there's food that's kind of prepared for the fighters.
Oh wow, full service.
It's nothing.
It's bed and breakfast.
Yeah, it's nothing extravagant. Basically, what you're gonna see though is mostly just like bread. You are gonna see some things that are a little more fancy, but it looks like most of those have been picked away. Looks like it's more so just leftovers from last night's fight.
Okay. Beggars can't be choosers, I guess. I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay. Thank you. And I just walk out with a piece of bread in my mouth.
Okay.
And then I just start making my way to the fountain.
Okay.
I guess also.
So you are gonna get to the fountain before anyone else.
Okay. Just I guess also another quick check around to see if I do see anything interesting happening around.
Yeah. So actually, as you end up getting out there, you're going to see what looks like the entirety of this stage that was kind of being built last night actually is fully built now. You're going to end up seeing what looks like a giant curtain with an emblem on it that you kind of recognize as the emblem of the Scaled Legionnaires. You're going to end up seeing what looks like a couple of Scaled Legionnaires. It looks like they have like shorter horns on their armor, probably still relatively new in the organization. They're going through just kind of moving around some things, getting a couple things. Really just getting everything, we'll say, prepared for some kind of event that will be taking place later
Very interesting. Wow, they work fast. Okay. Well, look up. What time is it? I guess I should meet the rest of the party over at the fountain. So, yeah. Make my way to the fountain.
And you would have seen this right at the fountain. So you're basically kind of at the fountain.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna be chilling at the fountain, just kind of really looking more at the fountain, see if there's anything else like I can really. I know I did a good perception investigation check on it, just really well.
Sure. Since you're gonna be there for a while, let's do it with advantage, and we'll go to yawn. So everyone ends up waking up in their very, very nice, warm, cozy beds.
Extra nice, extra warm, extra cozy.
Is there like room service here?
Looks like nobody has come.
Well, I mean, I can't.
Was Cynthia?
No.
Margaret.
Hello?
I mean,
Cynthia never came back. She's been out all night. Networking.
Good for her, man.
She did come back, and you will see her kind of like very, very droopy and just everything early in the morning.
Partying it up. I want to walk peer out the door and look for like the closest employee of the casino.
Okay. As you kind of peer out the door, roll investigation.
19.
Okay, you are gonna see what is somebody just kind of standing there at the edge of one of the staircases.
Is a man, woman?
Man, yeah.
Sir. You guys,
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Do you guys have like room service for like food here, or?
Are you ready for your meals?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I will be bringing that up for you right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're gonna watch as he kind of goes over there. You're gonna watch as he basically just starts going downstairs.
Shouldn't be
Breakfast
poor.
Should have had money.
Yeah, should have had money. Duh.
Shouldn't be poor.
Shouldn't have to fight for your money.
Can you believe?
Ugh, disgusting.
Peasants.
Low socioeconomic peasant.
All right.
Breakfast is on the way. If anybody's hungry. Gerb, you want to do some fighting?
Oh, God. You're going to do fighting in here? Oh, don't do it in here, please.
There's plenty. Look, see how much room is in here?
It's just going to be... Just don't want to break anything.
I'm not
You
going
need
to break anything. It's fine. Okay, Gerb, I'm gonna just try to hit you. So
Be ready.
You just move out of the way. Let's see. What's Gerb's AC?
Probably gonna be like a 10 or a 9.
You're making this an all lethal.
It's 11. It's non-lethal. No,
Okay, alright. I just want to make sure you said that.
I'm not trying hard either. Actually,
So-
no, I'll give myself disadvantage. Let's do that. This first time. 3. There you go.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Can
So-
you give himself disadvantage?
Yeah, so he's like really not trying.
Okay.
So you go ahead and you're really not trying and you do that, and you end up missing and you're going, and just is a little slash with that.
I was hoping you send him flying across the room, break the wall, and you just like Family Guy lying down like that.
You know, like in The Incredibles when he punches it through the wall and it just goes layer by layer.
He shatters through the sapphire window.
Nobody's ever broken the windows before. They didn't use a goblin last time.
a magic goblin.
Dino would have loved that.
Oh, it was good. It was. Keep that up. You're going to be.
You're gonna see like a little bit of blood on his axe as he kind of like pulls back his axe, just kind of like swiping you a little bit.
Now, I give you that one. Okay. Quick question, girl. Do you like hanging out with us? Do you like being in this room?
I have an axe.
I know we just finished swinging at each other. You feel like you belong.
Because here's the deal.
Now that you got a sense of inclusion.
Now that we've drawn blood.
Now that you're invested, yeah.
I would have had that team building exercise.
After we kidnapped you
Hey, he's enjoying it. Shut up.
on a getaway.
So here's the deal. You're probably going to see some pretty weird things dealing with us. So I'm just gonna like show you one of those things right now. Actually, we're gonna look around. How private is this room?
There's a giant sapphire.
Yeah, but like, do people see through that window like really well?
This is not a casino in Las Vegas. It is a giant sapphire window.
Uh-huh.
Do not transform.
Never mind. I'll show you another time. Does anybody else want to swing at Gerb?
No, I don't.
I
want
come
any
out of
this.
my room. Why are we swinging at Gerb?
He wants to, we're training him.
For what? What is
We
Barry
we haven't even
do?
had breakfast yet, and you're swinging on you.
Listen, there's no pet at the train. Eat the red Gerb. Stop it. See? Exactly. He wants to train. Somebody try to hit him. Elena, go.
This is literal.
Try to hit him.
He's
I'll try to hit him.
literally your own, like,
Okay.
squire.
What are you doing?
Just
Arm attack.
yeah,
An arm check.
You can drop punch.
6. Yeah, I had
Okay.
to make sure which one.
All right, so as you go to punch him, you're gonna end up missing. You're gonna watch. He just comes out. Ah!
Great.
All right, you're gonna watch it. He ends up coming through and ends up giving you like a little 6 points of damage. And it looks like there's a little bit of blood.
A little.
You just clear.
I'm unconscious.
That was a great idea. Thanks, Edard.
Oh, we'll get fine. We'll do the job. Okay.
Edard, you're bleeding as well.
It's fine. It's-
Yours is a paper cut compared to mine.
Don't please. It's dripping on the carpet. Please, no. We're gonna
It's
have to
not-
pay for
it's
the
not-
I
carpet.
just like
it's
hold my
bad.
arm up like this as I like walk
It's
to the bathroom to
dripping.
clean it.
It's fine.
You're gonna watch it like Gerber's kind of turns and looks at you, kind of like dripping off here.
Good.
Alright.
Have we ever taught you anything about proper weapon maintenance before?
Listen, he's got to learn how to fight first. We don't worry about. But we're going to.
Why are you already pawning him off to everyone else? Just you took him.
I come out of the bathroom after cleaning my arm up and throw a towel towards him.
So, Gerber, I'm going to teach you another lesson now. There is a thing called restraint. You have to have it. So, when we are training with you,
What is restraint?
it means knowing when to not attack.
I don't understand.
Well, you're going to understand.
Nope. You're going
Don't
to.
actually hit anybody in this group. Understand? We save that savagery for our enemies. You understand?
So everyone in the group is like Orcish Santa?
Precisely.
We don't hurt Orcish Santa.
We do not. The only person
Everyone's Orcish Santa.
the only person you could possibly hit is me, but it's if I tell you you can. Understand?
So you're not Orcish Santa.
I am. I am Orcish Santa. But sometimes I'll have to allow you to be savage to actually bring out that power that you have. It's
Roll
great-
persuasion.
It's great.
Has the food arrived?
I want the food.
Peter
Where's the
just
rum?
died. Hold on, give me a second.
Is there a wine
Is
bottle
it-
here
I
anywhere?
gotta pull it.
USB-C.
There actually is. There's
The
alcohol.
computer died.
Is
No.
it a USB-C charger?
No.
No, it's not. It's an actual port.
Have USB-C.
Absolutely.
They-
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's-
100%. Like the majority of them are,
Yeah.
including Apple.
Yeah.
There's a
The
big
brand new
lawsuit-
ones are, yeah.
Big lawsuit about it.
Can't wait for them to get rid of the lightning chargers. That'll eventually
Oh,
happen.
wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still on a 12.
Okay, what did you say?
Persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion.
Persuasion, skills. I hate the app so much. It's gonna
Probably
be
minus
15? No, I have a plus 1. 15?
15? Okay.
Do you understand? Alright. But Arthur is right to some extent. We are done training. Wipe off the X. Keep it clean. If it's not clean, it's dull and does not cut. Wipe it off.
So watch, he just starts kind of like wiping everything off and everything. Okay, what else you guys want to do?
Drinking.
Alright, you're sipping, and this wine is actually gonna be really, really delicious.
Ooh.
So the wine they actually have up there is gonna be a really, really nice sweet red. Has a little bit of a tart to it, but it's kind of a little bit more dry for a sweet wine. Just it kind of lingers a little bit.
Yeah, no.
Ooh. Didn't even know it's Kefir glass.
She would. I'm good.
Dearest Margaret, would you care for a glass?
Some good
Sure,
apple
we'll take a
wine.
glass, thank you.
While we wait for our food, I'm guessing there's some sort of table.
You hear a knock.
Bottomless mimosas.
Gerb, could you fetch the door?
I would have already opened the door. I'm hungry.
Alright, Gerb's gonna be kind of walking up behind you. Oh, yes, sir. Here you go.
Perfect.
So, right here, you hear. Oh, okay.
I just take the food and just
Alright.
start bringing it.
And so then you're gonna watch it like another. He kind of grabs another tray and grabs another tray, and he just kind of starts like handing you off trays and all that stuff. Okay.
I think
so.
I think they were going to do that.
It's
Let's
fine.
go. Let's go first thing.
All right. Well, enjoy your breakfasts, ladies and gentlemen. And he just go ahead and turns around with the other servants and just kind of walks out. But you are going to end up seeing is each of these plates is going to be like just jam full. You're going to see what looks like literal like bread that's kind of pre-sliced and cut. Looks like there's some fresh made jam in there, and you're going to see there is a couple of slices of ham on there as well. What looks like a poached egg just kind of sitting in the center. You're going to see some other like spices and herbs that are kind of sprinkled on top of everything.
Grab a napkin.
Already starts.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, no.
All right, and as you end up wrapping up your breakfast, what do you want to do?
We're probably late. We need to go meet Reginald. Sorry, Woodstock.
Woodstock.
Roll history for me.
$16.
You mentioned something at one point about meeting somebody at the casino.
Oh, that's right. Arthur, we need to go to the casino.
Whatever for? Oh,
I think my
for the.
yeah. Gotta go see a buddy of mine.
Weren't we supposed to do that last night?
No, this morning.
Oh. Good thing it was. Because I did not remember. Not even the slightest.
He said in the morning after the day after the thing.
Well, I don't feel like I really need to be part of that, so I'm gonna go meet.
Yeah, it's just gonna be us.
That's
Nobody.
fine. Elena, do you want to go with me? We'll meet up with Reginald.
Yeah, I guess so.
Unless there's anything you need to do here before we leave. Guess I'll begrudgingly put my nice clothes back on.
I feel that fancy. But my normal.
Yeah, but your normal everyday stuff is a lot different than my normal.
This is basically a loincloth. So.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not basically a loincloth.
It is a loincloth.
It's a lot more than that. Don't even.
It's a loincloth with an extra strap.
It's got a pocket.
Even the
It's more
loincloth
than
in
what
the
Megan
pocket.
has. So it's more than what you have.
All right, so as the two of you end up heading your way down and through and off, the rest of you and the rest of the lot end up finding their way downstairs, kind of walking through the Noble District. You're gonna see the Noble District actually you're walking through is a little bit more, a little more populated this morning. A lot more people seem to actually be walking out of the Noble District. It seems like over towards one of the gates that brings you over into the normal area of Shadowstone. There's actually a little bit of line getting out and through. I'm assuming because you took more time to get ready, they would have already made it through the checkpoint, so they wouldn't be waiting in line basically.
You freaked.
All right, so you guys are gonna be staying there waiting in line. Anything you want to do?
Well, I kind of like nudge the person in front of me. Excuse me.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Is this line to leave the Noble District?
Oh, this. We're all going to see the speaking.
Well, that's happening this
Yeah, the
morning.
Scale Legionnaires. The commander. He's supposed to be speaking here. Normally they would have a shadow dial around here. It's supposed to be happening around noon. I think we better get there early.
But where is that taking place?
Right outside the gate.
Oh, literally right outside of this
Well,
gate,
slightly off. You know where the statue is?
the fountain.
Right, yes. It's right over next to that.
What is the purpose of this?
Oh, I don't know. That's why I'm so curious.
They just announced, hey, this guy is going to come talk.
Not this guy.
Well, it just
This is the commander of the Skilled Legionnaires,
I understand
who runs the
that.
mercenary security force of our city.
I'm just.
I'm
trying
assuming,
to-
if I had to guess, it would be something around the war, but I haven't heard anything the wiser. Do you?
No, we haven't been in the city long, but we had just found a kind of little inkling of information last night that he might be speaking today at some point.
It was a very, very quick turnaround. We heard maybe about a day ago that he was going to be having this talk.
It's quite interesting.
It happened one time in the history that I've been here. I've been here for 20 years.
Did the leader of the Scale Legion speaks?
Yes? Not like this.
This is not something they typically do.
No, that's why we want to be there.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Oh, yes. No problem. You can watch her. She just kind of turns around and just kind of persists with her conversation about her.
How fast does the line seem to be moving?
It's moving. It's like not ridiculously fast, but they're processing people and kind of looking at their papers and talking to people. So.
We might be standing here for a few minutes.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I mean, I don't really know what to think about.
Officials don't just make announcements. This is odd.
Well, we have two options. We can either go and listen or we don't, and it probably affects us about the same amount either way. We just probably get a little more information if we listen to it.
But this is the way to get Reginald, isn't it?
Oh yes, she said that the leader that is speaking is going to be pretty close to the fountain. That's where we're meeting Reginald anyways. So it doesn't hurt to hang around. But I mean, he's not speaking till noon. So what is it, about like 8-ish?
Probably like 9, 10 at this
9.
point. You guys sat down, you had breakfast and everything, so.
So in a few hours. Well, she did say that this has only happened like at least once since she's been in the city.
Exactly.
So. I don't know. We could also ask Reginald about that. He's got more experience in the city than either of us do. So.
Alright, so we'll go to you, Reginald. As you're sitting there at the fountain and kind of doing an investigation, what was your roll? Not 20.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
So as you're kind of like you're literally going to be sitting there for a while, just kind of really admiring the statue and kind of pull out the details and everything. As you're like looking around like a little bit more and just kind of really just circling this thing, you end up getting a couple of angles. You're like, there's definitely a seam up there. That is 100% a seam. Looks like it's kind of like polished and kind of they tried to kind of hit it a little bit, like they're trying to hide it. But you could really see what looks like kind of a seam going down through the elbow and kind of comes around with like that joint in the elbow in some way. And it looks like it kind of goes all the way across from the angles you're looking at. So like it looks like it 100% has like some kind of a seam to it. And as you end up going around a little bit more, you end up kind of like looking. You're trying to remember exactly where the opening was on the little mini statue that you guys ended up having appraised for Kibo. And as you're kind of like looking around, you see what looks like a paneling, like similar to what you'd see like on the actual statue itself. And as you're like really looking at it, you're gonna see some writing on there. Not in a language you understand, but you're gonna notice that that there's like a little bit of a gap almost. It's hard for you to like make out. It could just be like a separation in like the metals or like the statue and just kind of erosion over time, or just like maybe a gap of something that does open. It's hard for you to tell without literally getting inside the fountain. Going there.
See it, just get it.
Probably not the best idea.
No. Okay.
Watch it, you just go inside.
Just watch it. Yes, just use the magic with this. Turn myself into a little critter.
Exactly.
They'll never find me.
Beautiful. Right. Anything else you guys want? Or you're wanting to rather?
No, I think that's a very good, that's a good description. Good set.
Roll for a nat 20.
Yes. No, I guess just wait here by the fountain, waiting for everyone else, just kind of looking around. Just
As you're
kind of
looking around, you're
silence.
actually going to see what looks like Arthur and Scorn. They're going to be walking by you at the fountain.
Oh, good
Hey
morning.
guys. Morning. Just you two right now?
We're on our
Where is-
way to the casino
Oh, okay.
with
Just gonna meet somebody.
colleague of mine to meet.
Could benefit us.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mhm. I think so.
For Arthur, yes.
Would be nice.
I don't think it'd be much use for you.
If it comes to fruition, then we'll see you soon enough.
It shouldn't take too long. We'll be back here.
Okay, I was going to say about that. I mean, it's gonna be something happening. I don't know if you see the stage going on right now.
We'll try to be back before the.
Okay. Well,
Do you know what time it speaks?
noon.
Okay.
Noon.
We'll
So
be back
it
before.
should be
I imagine the
an hour or
crowds
two.
of people will. That starts.
I mean, I'll be here in the same spot, so
Don't keep that spot warm for us. Then would
keep
stop.
it cozy. Just be this bread.
The bread.
Stale. Well,
A large crouton. Very good.
that's all I had in the arena. Well, I don't want to keep you guys. I mean, just try to be back, and if anything happens, do be careful.
Don't worry, we'll be sure to notify if anything. You still have sending stone.
Who has the other piece?
It does. It was not stolen from him. Unlike other things. Wow, that reminds me, we still have to get Edard's stuff back, don't we? If he decides to, go put some beat down on some fucks down in the.
Oh, right, that did happen. Okay.
Anyway,
All right. Well,
Ta.
yeah, I should keep you.
We just head off to the casino.
Which casino are you guys heading off to?
I don't actually think he told me. The one,
I did tell him.
no, the one by the port.
Floor on the
No, it's
Is it
hold on.
different?
While you're looking that up, we'll go back to you. What do you want to be doing, Reginald, after they leave?
It's like we're looking at costume. What are you doing?
Well, okay. I want to keep an eye out to see if maybe I see like maybe like shady characters. Maybe what are the names? Maybe if I recognize anyone from like the Lighted Lords, and trying to keep my eye out on someone that might resemble what's his face?
The dude's son.
Johnny.
Johnny.
All right. Yeah. Actually, as you're looking around, I want you to go ahead and roll investigation.
It is unnatural 20.
As you end up kind of like looking around and everything, you are going to see somebody wearing what looks like Blighted Lord attire.
How far away is he from me?
Probably like 15, 20 feet. Looks like he's actually kind of walking over towards the main gate. Well, in that general direction, kind of like past the fountain towards the main gate.
Okay, so he's just going towards the gate.
Yeah, like he's walking by you, like kind of like this way, like maybe about 20 feet away. So kind of making this way.
Okay. Right back. I guess I'm just gonna tail him a little bit.
Okay.
So just at a kind of at a distance, maybe a good like 30 feet away. That way, I just still maintain like visibility.
Okay.
Just to see where he might be going. What he might be going.
As he ends up kind of like walking off, I want you to roll stealth.
I'm good at that. 24.
All right. So as you're kind of tailing him and everything, I want you to go ahead and roll perception.
15.
So you're gonna notice that this individual kind of like pulls off for a second and begins talking to somebody. You're gonna end up hearing him say, "Boy, Heading over there now? I heard it's serious. Oh, it is serious. Crank said he needs everyone over there right this second. Killer's supposed to be saying something. All hands. We're no longer allowed in the city. You mean it's happening? It seems that matters have gotten a little worse. Oh, it's happening. Then they're just gonna kind of both turn and start walking off.
It is happening.
Just a big orgy.
Dedication.
That kind of city, no?
Okay.
6 years.
I'm just gonna slowly start making my way back to the fountain. Right where I was.
Emerald.
Alright, so as you end up going to the Emerald Serpent, you end up finding your way inside. There's a nice little bar in there where you can wait. But as you actually walk inside the Emerald Serpent, you're gonna watch as the entirety of the walls actually seem to be made of what not like literal emeralds, but it looks like they're all kind of like emerald colored and emerald themed. You're gonna watch the walls kind of have columns going up. They look like they're made of the columns are made of kind of like a marble, but then the actual wall themselves have like trim pieces that are white on an entirely emerald green backdrop. Just trim pieces kind of going all the way across the walls. Think almost like a lot more green and something kind of like Sears Palace.
I've been in here before, so it's
You have,
just,
yeah.
So we're waiting for Crank.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's the only one. If you're looking for firearms,
Well, I would very much like one of those. It'd make my life a whole lot easier.
but
Where's Margaret? She's just like hanging back in the room.
General.
how much gold do you have? You still
More than
need
anything,
more.
you tell me how much gold I have.
Takes out coin purse.
I have a solid,
Just moss fly up.
8 gold pieces.
Yeah, that'll buy you a gun.
Like I said,
What can
you
this-
tell me how much I have.
Get me.
Well, luckily I won a little bit.
That's what.
So, well,
I'm sorry, I'll need
we'll
that
see
later.
what the price is. I mean, realistically, I'm just gonna wait, and we're at the bar. We're gonna order. Sir, can we get a couple drinks?
Absolutely, so yes, here you go. Here you go. This is actually I'll say this is the finest ale that we've actually made. It was produced here locally and made out of actually some of the trees that are found here in the area. We actually have it sent off to a very very close, but outside the city. Should find it to your liking. Most popular right now.
Tastes great. Thank you.
For better.
Well, then you must be a man of very fine taste.
I mostly like wine. Ale isn't my go-to, but this is tasty, regardless.
You must do very well off then, sir, if you primarily drink wine.
Well, I
Good for you.
don't indulge often, but when I do, it's usually wine.
That's why
Why
he's flipping
is-
the bill for these 2 drinks.
Wine is very expensive. I'm very taken back by that. The process of making wine in comparison to something like meads or ales is way more burdensome. I'm impressed, honestly.
A lot of it is present here, in Shadowstone.
It is? Do you live here, sir?
No, but I've just, looking to settle at roots. So perhaps.
Well, if you're a fan of wine, this is definitely the city to stop. Yes, outside of some smaller areas and the rest of the freelands, I mean, Soul Up City of Pike being one of them, wine isn't very common, and even this primarily served to the noble district and such like that. People in the noble ranks. I don't know what it's called in the city. I'm not familiar with the Soul Up City of Pike very much.
Well, unfortunately,
Is it the noble city? What? I know there's an inner ring. I just.
well, I assume it's all rubble at this point. So. Remembering for me is more difficult than trying to.
You're very right. sorry about that. Sir, yes. And you watch it, he kind of goes off and starts talking to somebody else.
I want to open my papers and look at time that the day that they expire.
It expires today.
Like end of the day, a certain time. Is there a time on it?
End of
Or-
the day. Yeah, that's what you just said.
Why the fuck am I on the other side of the
All right,
table?
so going back to y'all. So eventually you end up finding your way up to the front of the line. So as you get to the front of the line, one of the guards are going to say, "See to that papers, please." All right, head on. Very good. Take a look at this really quick. Checks out. All right, thank you. While she kind of looks at it, passes it off to that person. Checks out. All right then, very well. If you're going to be saying the speech, it will be taking place in roughly now 2 hours time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Not the problem.
Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
And you are able to walk
My
outside.
minutes.
And I'm just gonna walk straight to the phone.
All right, and you're able to find your way over to Reginald. Looks like he kind of ends up actually just walking back. It looks like you can see what it is his companion just kind of standing next to him.
Reginald, you just getting here?
Oh, hey. Well, yes and no, actually. I did meet up with Seer and Arthur. They did go off to one of the casinos. They had some other business that they had to attend to.
Yeah, they left out of the room before us.
Yeah. So while I was here waiting for you two, just minding my business, and I saw something peculiar, and I think I heard a little insight of what might be going on. Again, it's not too much though. I assume you guys know why there's a big stage in front of.
Yeah, we
the
were
commons.
talking to some people. We actually had to wait in our line to get out of the police truck. There's so many people heading out to get the good spot.
It is getting pretty crowded over here. Well, to kind of summarize a little bit, I'm sure you heard that one of the Scaled Legionnaires is going to be discussing something on that main stage.
They told me he was like the leader of this.
Yes, like one of the commanders, basically. This is very rare to happen. The whole time that I've been here, I've never heard of such thing happen.
Yeah, the lady we talked to, said that she's only seen it happen once.
Once.
She's apparently been here for a good while.
This may or may not be a good thing. I don't know what to expect from this or what he's even going to be saying. That being said, one of the people. Well, the reason why I'm just coming back now is I was kind of tailing one of the blighted lords. Actually, spotted one of them around here, and actually there might be around in the area. So just kind of keep a lookout a little bit. Just try not to raise any suspicion. They said that something is going to happen. I feel like they know something is about to go down in the city, so much so that it's threatening their livelihoods in here.
What did they say?
They said that they're going to be needing to leave soon, is what they said.
Like just the city or a specific area?
Sure. They only said they'll leave soon. That means just the city area. Take that as you may. That probably not good news. At least not for them. I know that. But hey, it could be bad news for them, good news for us. But we're just gonna have to wait to see what this Legionnaire says. So I just advise in any given moment, just be prepared for anything.
I mean, that's kind of how we are for the most part anyway. So.
Right, yeah. Yeah, right. I mean, I assume both of you guys are just something were to happen in the city, run. I'm sorry, that might have been too soon.
But anyways, how did you How did you make last night? Sleep okay?
Oh, it's fine. Actually, better than usual, honestly. Accommodations weren't too bad. Honestly, it was gonna be a whole lot worse. But no. Got some bread. Still kind of munching on it, a little stale, but good. That's all they had.
As he's doing that, you're actually going to see what looks like this bracelet that's sitting over there. A new bracelet that's kind of like on his flesh and like barely moving around.
Is it
The bread. This. It's a new watch. Kind of. They kind of attached it to my wrist. Forcefully. It's part of the contract. Basically, if I don't respond when they call for me, I die. If I leave, I die.
leave? What?
Well, if I venture too far away,
What happened?
like outside the city, if I go on a boat and leave, I can die.
I mean, like, if we decide that we need to go find this
Yes.
shopkeep, that's,
Yes,
that is against.
I could die. They said that my fight could be in like 2 or 3 moves.
Mhm.
So that's the thing. Also, if I try to even tamper with this thing, I can die. Not can, will.
I mean, is it smart enough to understand when there's an accident or it's purposeful? Like, let's say you're running and it gets snagged on like a branch or something.
I hope it doesn't.
I mean, then because that's a little. Yeah, that's
Unfortunate.
Why exactly are you doing this? Like, I don't think there's any way you can get out of it now. But
No. What's done is done. But I guess I'm mainly doing this for myself. Trying to, I guess, prove something. Is what I'm trying to do.
Like what?
Trying to overcome an obstacle that's been very, very hard on my character for the last for as long as I can remember, actually. And I feel like this might be a good opportunity.
I mean, I think there's probably other smarter ways to.
And you're probably
Better
right,
yourself.
and that's probably what she would have said.
Well, I will say, obviously, there's nothing we can do physically, but I mean, at least we can give you some more support, I guess.
That would be appreciated.
So, let's just hope you don't die.
Me too.
That's kind of important. So, besides that, did Arthur and Seer, is he scoring yet?
He's still seer.
Okay. Did they say how long they would be?
They would try to be back before the announcement, so hopefully the hour or two will be back.
I had a bad feeling about this announcement.
You and me both.
I mean,
I feel like we might be smart to be at the back of the crowd whenever this happens.
yeah, I mean, it's a good idea. I mean, we should definitely try to be. I don't know, with how many people are in the city.
There's gonna be a lot of people, a lot of civilians.
How is it that everyone will be able to hear him? I'm going to assume because they run the city, it's going to be magic.
I know for a fact everyone will be one way or another. However, I want to see this as clear as I can. If you guys want to move to the back, that's fine.
I mean,
I'll be
it's wherever we stand. It's probably best to stick.
I just don't want to get trampled.
We can. You won't get that. If I have to lift
Well-
you up, I can do that. But I guess we'll talk with them when we get back. We'll discuss that further.
Yeah, let's see how this plays out.
How was your companion doing?
And we will stop there. We'll go over to you guys. So as you end up sitting over there and sitting basically at the bar over there in the casino, hours go by. Doesn't look like anyone comes.
Hours? Like 2 to 3?
2 hours.
That stood up.
Seems
So
your
realistically, it's
friends
probably
go-
like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Probably closer to noon.
Okay. Well, we need to. I don't think he's showing up today.
I
Something
think-
else- Well, I guess can I roll perception or insight, whatever you want to like to see like that's strange or is like this is the first time he's like not shown for me.
You know, yeah, you can roll a history.
Nope.
Yeah, you've been drinking a little bit. It's a little bit fuzzy, so.
This is my fifth or sixth ale. I don't think he's going to make it. In fact, I don't think I'm gonna make it much either.
It's freaking not even. But anyways, we probably need to head back for the exactly.
Well, I
We'll
am
see if we can
curious
find
to,
them later. But
curious to hear what
Can-
is happening.
can I look around to see if I see any of the like lighted people that?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll investigation. This takes 2.
6.
Yeah, you're not seeing anyone.
I just head towards where we had left.
Alright, and you end up finding your way and walking through the town till eventually you end up seeing where there's Reginald and the rest of the group kind of having a little bit of a conversation over by the fountain. Looks like people are beginning to kind of crowd around the entirety of the stage, and then also starting to fill up around the fountain. You guys have to get there like right before it starts really filling up around the fountain.
Oh, you guys are
Did
back.
you hear anything
Yes.
as far as when they're gonna speak?
anytime
Like they're
for
speaking soon.
Well, judging by the crowds, it looks like they are going to be presenting something soon. He was always prepared. But as a matter of fact, I did hear something. As soon as you guys left, I did spot someone. One of the lighted lords, actually. I assume you remember them.
Do
Do
you know who?
I don't know who, but I recognize the blighted lords from it.
Did they say anything specifically about?
What's going on? Kind of.
Oh, also, Crank.
Crank was mentioned. But his name just dropped. That's it. So they're saying that whatever the Scale Legionnaire is about to say, it's going to be something drastic and something change. So much so that it's scaring the blighted lords, from what it seems. It's scaring them that they want to leave the city.
If that's the case, that would make sense why colleague we were supposed to meet. Never
Oh,
showed.
you never met your colleague. Okay.
And Arthur's now a
I pull out
little boozed up.
a flask. Want some?
No.
It's good.
Oh,
There you go.
last drop. There you go.
You finished the whole damn thing?
Oh no, I said the last drop.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Well, I think there's more in the room.
Nice. What is that?
It's a very sweet red that they had up there. I didn't actually
Oh.
look at the name, but I poured it in the flask and it's nice.
Good. But
So I guess my question would be, where technically are we around the fountain?
You guys are standing out kind of in the front area of the fountain.
Area closest to the stage.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
Of that
the
fountain?
area closest to the station.
yeah.
How far would that be?
From the stage?
Yeah.
So like
Probably
So,
a good
on
like
the map,
maybe like 100
north
feet or
of the
so.
fountain.
Oh,
And
yeah.
wherever wherever the stage is
where
going to be.
where is the actual like stage on the map?
So the stage is going to be, you see that little corner off to the right?
Northeast.
Okay,
So,
we'd be
so
northeast of
towards the
fountain.
market.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're like right.
We
We're
would've-
actually like right near the closing.
And then we are in between this
Well,
this,
this
the
is
fountain and the stage.
Yes.
Yes.
We're between it like kind of
Yes.
evenly.
No. You were standing at the edge of the fountain. Closest.
Okay. So
And we're
at
about
the-
100
we're
feet
out.
away from the stage,
Perfect.
from the part of the fountain that we're
Beautiful.
in. This is very
That was it.
important.
That's how I just want
Cool.
to clarify as far as where the fuck
very
we are.
important.
Crystal clear.
Yes.
Making sure.
To the edge.
Kids go poop.
Do you still have your magical rope up?
My what?
Your rope.
It's magical, but it is rope.
If something's gonna happen,
We have to
What-
be able to.
What do you
hang
expect is going to happen here? They're going to make an announcement, people are going to go gaffa, and then everything is going to go back to normal.
The Scale Legionnaire, they're just basically trying to keep order at this town city. They're more like the mercenaries for the city. I don't think they're just going to come out and say, we're taking over the city, everyone's going to die. That's
No.
nonsense. So
No. If anything, they wouldn't. There's no hostile takeover needed. All they have to do is just say, actually, we decided. We're in charge. And they'll be like, oh, wait, we already fucking were.
Yeah, they're probably going to say more curfews or something like that. Some more.
Or
Laying
they'll
down the
say
law.
something like the Imperials are outside the gates and they are demanding, something. It could be something very real like that. Remember, we have heard rumor of quite large troop movements of Imperials not too far outside of the city.
well, I guess we need to wait and find out. I guess. How like crowded around us is it right now?
It's starting to get really crowded around you guys, comparatively. So like as you guys kind of have that conversation, like more and more people are kind of flooding.
I'm gonna make sure like I was gonna say I'm make sure like I'm actually like I can touch the water.
All right, you're able to do that.
But to answer your question, she's looking around. She's fine. She's good.
Good. Good to good to hear it.
Fill you in, like, I feel like you deserve as much as anybody does. It's not just for so many years.
Well, yeah, we talked a lot.
You're gonna hear like a ringing bell start kind of going across.
Big bong.
Bing
bong.
bong.
Ding dong, ding dong. And as that happens, you're gonna kind of notice more and more people kind of start flooding the area. It's gonna like be going and dinging for probably about like a 15 seconds. All of a sudden, it's gonna stop. You're just gonna hear whispers kind of start like shooting across the entire thing.
Herb's like, it's already Santa.
Herb's just sitting there like,
Go put the fucking axe down.
So eventually, you're gonna see what looks like a couple of Scale Legionnaires just walk out. You're gonna watch as actually a younger Scale Legionnaire kind of walking up into this podium, and as he does that, I want you to go ahead and roll. Actually, yeah, just you. I want you to go ahead and roll history.
Nathaniel? 13.
13.
Yeah, do it.
Nope.
Just do it.
You're gonna end up seeing this guy. It's like basically like a kid. It's like, All right.
Looks familiar.
It's my childhood friend, Bobby.
Bobby Joe.
Is that kid up there look real fucking punchable to you?
Can I look at the kid?
You can look at the kid.
Okay. Investigation?
Yeah, it's investigation.
Wow, he got
That's
the
still
same.
the same.
You got
Well,
the
not
same.
even fucking better. No, that's not even better. That's a fucking 8.
Okay. You're not really gonna get a good look at the guy's face, but considering the fact that like you can't really make out his face, like yeah, it does look kind of punchable.
I mean, honestly, really, all of the ones in the scale suits
I think
seem
that's-
real, real fucking
I
pretentious.
think it's the color that just makes it kind of punchable.
To be fair, that's pretty possible.
Well, you know more than anyone about punchability.
So then it just ends up happening. You're going to end up hearing the younger one just kind of speak out to everyone saying, introducing Okolik Nordstrom, commander of the Scaled Legionnaires, dragon name Ra. And you're going to watch as this looks like an elderly gentleman kind of starts walking out with a massive gray beard. I want you to roll history again.
It's my dad! Jesus Christ! That's worse. Fuck this dice. 10.
So 10, given the fact that this guy's a little bit older and has more prominent features, he's actually gonna look familiar. You might have actually seen him in the Diamond Suite we were up earlier. Yeah, last night.
Just in passing.
Oh, you only rolled?
I think he shit himself.
Oh, he was only the only one?
But yeah, he was
okay,
only the only
perfect.
You're gonna watch as he kind of walks up as he has like these massive horns kind of coming out of his shoulders and kind of like going onto the chest armor down here. As you go ahead and starts pulling out a piece of parchment outside of or from inside his cloak. You're watching as he unfolds this thing, kind of looks at everyone. People of Shadowstone, I stand before you not just as the commander of the Scaled Legionnaires, but as a fellow steward of peace in these turmoil-filled times. The lands beyond our shadows are embroidered with a conflict that threatens the very fabric of our world. A war that spares none in its path of destruction. Though, in my council, through your esteemed ruling lord and his persisting court, we have deliberated long and hard on the path that lies before us. Plans are said to have been drawn, strategies woven to the intricacies of the finest dwarven warhammer, all in pursuit of peace and stability for our lands. Yet, the Overseer of Shadowstone remains divided on this matter. Uhem the Bold's wisdom dictates caution, favoring the shield of neutrality to safeguard the well-being of Shadowstone, to keep the specter of war from our gates. His prudence is not without merit, for the scars of war are not easily healed, and the price of conflict is paid in the currency of lives and legacies. However, we stand at the crossroads of destiny, and I find myself torn. My heart heavy with the burdens of my role, whisper of a different path. A path where Shadowstone does not stand idly by while the world around us burns. A path of action, of involvement, where our strength and courage could tip the scales towards peace. I do not stand before you to dictate our course, but to share my convictions that sometimes rather, the greatest risk is to risk nothing at all. Inaction is a choice, as much as inaction. And it is these trying times we must weigh our decisions with wisdom of the ages and the courage of conviction. As I share this with you in front of the goddess Severi's idol, I wonder what the gods will think of us. Let us ponder then, not just the sanctity of our isolation, but on the legacy of Shadowstone, on the role we wish to play in the tapestries of history. May our decisions be guided with wisdom, our actions by courage, and our hearts by our unyielding desire for peace. While direct involvement is not standing on the precipice before us, we will remain neutral. On a final note, from the Lord and his court, they bring news. Though we remain uninvolved, postings in the city will now show open bounding opportunities on Imperials. Note, the ruling of guild activities within the city still stands. Many thanks to the patrons of Shadowstone. There will be no questions. You watch he kind of folds up the piece of paper, puts it back in there, and then people in the crowd just kind of start going up. Is that you're saying the Lord's in the city? Is the Lord in the city? Hey! No, he's not, you fucking loon! Tell us the truth. What's going on? You're just gonna hear people kind of like rattling off all these different things.
So there is word from the Lord.
So, all that to say,
Bounties we can talk about openly in this.
nothing has changed except for the fact that now they are openly allowing bounties, but not by guilds. Just individuals can just.
Place bounties. That's
On Imperials. Did you hear that?
on Imperials.
Yeah.
So someone can just blatantly just accuse anyone of it?
No. I think this.
You're gonna end up hearing as somebody starts kind of like crushing through the crowd, basically. Hey, guys, check this out. And you're just gonna see these guys just kind of standing there reading this piece of paper. Carry on.
What the? Are you talking to us?
Huh? No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my friends.
What's that you got there? What's it say?
It's a piece of paper.
Can we read it with you?
I suppose.
Can you read it?
Of course I can read it.
Never gonna be too sure around here.
It's just pictures.
Reads on a 3rd grade level.
It's just
God, he's worse than
booba.
he's worse than kids now.
Look at this booba. Oh,
It's the drawing. It's made its way around.
Drawing a
what
bomb.
what does it say?
Come on, man, spit it out.
Fine, since everyone knows about it. It's a privateering program. Apparently the Lord and his court has started a privateering program explicitly to get rid of these damned Imperials. I can't believe it. To be honest, I'm really surprised that the Overseer and the Scale Legionnaires are even telling us this information. It's a shocker, really.
So this is the bounties
Boy,
that they were talking about.
What? Let me read this. 1,000 gold per captured ship.
Push per ship.
Per ship. 25 gold pieces for the mask of a slain Imperial officer. And 50 gold pieces for any live captured officers.
Lord knows what he's doing.
That is some serious money to be made.
You want to talk about how to get people involved in a war? You just offer money.
You hear this? If we end up somehow capturing even just an Imperial officer, we could basically buy our way out of here.
That's even if you're lucky to even survive against an Imperial officer.
Now, I'm pish posh Imperial officers.
I've heard there's
If we even go just traveling the battlefields, we might be able to find an Imperial officer's mask. That's worth some good gold right there.
Just find an Imperial. Okay.
a
Just
slain officer. Huh? Pull his mask off.
Feels like some good money to be made.
Out of nowhere. Okay. Yeah.
You know what? I think
What else is on that paper?
I might talk to someone at the ports. Maybe I should be considering joining up. If we get enough people together, we might be able to take a ship, commandeer a ship. Think about this. Oh, there's more of those papers over there if you want. You watch it, I'll just kind of turn away and start walking off.
I want to grab one of those papers.
Yeah. Definitely.
Right.
Privateer program.
Yep.
1,000 per ship.
1,000 per captured ship.
50 per
50 per
Live
live
captured.
captured officer.
25.
25 gold for the mask of a slain officer. You gotta hear people actually kind of walk around. The Imperials have massive fleets. This is insane. There's a lot of money to be made. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of recruiting over the docks.
Okay, now that I have one of these things.
Regardless, that is not really anything we can do until Reginald is done with this fight.
What do you mean?
I mean, unless we just leave him here.
Well, Reginald, you were explaining earlier that
He can't go. He can leave the city. He cannot go far at all.
you think you can go to
Thing
that
on my-
cave.
Thing on my
No,
wrist.
he already said no.
You would actually know that you would be able to. You just have to be able to get back in time. You can basically go wherever the hell you want, but they're
Like-
tracking you and you
It's
go
so
too far.
I
If you leave and you don't miss the date, they're just
I basically said
Yeah.
that if I go too far, I don't like the idea of going too far and not being able to come back is what I was trying to say.
Well,
Not
if-
going too far could mean the death of me.
There's probably some horses around here we can do. Grab to speed up the
Well,
process.
that and we have the potential of if we go find this shopkeep, we can somehow get teleported back because it sounds like that's
Instantaneous, yeah. That's
yeah.
what he would normally do.
You know, you're right, and that completely went over my head. He did say he is able to teleport back.
I mean, no, I don't know that he
Well-
can guarantee to teleport all of us.
That is a big if.
Probably at least one.
Big if.
But clearly, if that's the case, if I'm going to listen. If he's this big, powerful guy, he could probably teleport at least himself included. So if that's the case, you could always teleport back. That way, you're here. We can make the journey back on foot or horseback or whatever.
If that's the case, we should probably.
We could-
We should probably
why-
should leave soon.
Why don't we swing back by the shop, see if we can talk to Jarvan again,
Or
and we can ask him: Is it like guaranteed that at least one of us can get teleported back?
I feel like he might not even know too much about it. I mean, he said that he can teleport, maybe not.
He doesn't know really anything
Doesn't
about
know
any
too
of the
much
stuff
about
inside.
Well, I
He
understand
literally
that.
just makes the potions. He probably
Yeah,
wouldn't be
he'll
able
probably
to
just
answer
keep telling us he just makes potions. I mean,
He
if
might not even be there.
this guy's
How
a
timid he was.
this guy's
Oh, he's
as good as a
probably-
magician as
To
anyone.
say he's probably there.
Are we all missing what just happened, by the way?
The big announcement that just happened
The
about
Scale Legionnaire commander, who
Yes.
is paid mercenary, is imploring all of the citizenry here in Shadowstone who have otherwise been neutral in any sort of conflict, have implored them all to join Free Peoples.
I mean,
Isn't that a big deal?
I don't see it as a big deal. I mean,
I mean, truthfully, I already hit the Imperials, so for me,
Well,
it's
yes.
it was bound to
more people to
happen.
attack.
Listen, the city was bound to have to shift in their political view or whatever or something.
Ladies, gentlemen,
Yes.
coffee.
Thank you.
There you go.
Oh.
You're basically gonna see an entire.
so
Hit that on
It's an entire copy of the speech. It looks like this is like a very young scale legionnaire. Looks like they actually somebody the one that was on stage is kind of going around handing out transcripts of this.
Oh, I thought you were handing him a pamphlet for the privateer thing.
Oh, you guys already have that. So
Yeah, but regardless,
well
that was. I mean, it's if you think about it, it's because he did say that the city is still neutral because their government and their actual militia is not making a move. They could literally say, "This is our citizens." We told our citizens not to push against the Imperials, but
It is just this.
no, it does not surprise me. Clearly, we should probably, when we leave the city, we should keep our eyes out a little more, be a little more prepared, because there's probably, I'd assume the whole point of this is because there's been more Imperials sighted around the outskirts of the city or something like that.
Is there a spot to go that's like be private, a little more private than where we currently are? Sorry,
yes, and I want both of you to actually roll history.
me and Arthur.
We just go back to. Same place.
It's gonna be
Go back to our room in the Naval District.
History?
14.
14?
24.
24? Okay. You are gonna remember when you ended up walking into the city. You had a conversation with one of the guards. Kind of overheard a little bit of it about some like Imperial soldiers that kind of left. So just
But there were like some Imperial soldiers came and sold some stuff.
yeah, they basically
Presumably.
came in. They're kind of like seeking refuge in the city. Like they're kind of like almost like military turn AWOL. Just something you kind of both remember.
If we left the city and go any direction, there's at least some small guarantee we'll eventually run into Imperials along the road.
Well, either way, before we make a decision, I feel like we need to. Majority of us had a conversation yesterday. I feel like we're still missing.
Oh yeah, the place to talk would be your room. So.
Shit.
Or back to,
We're on the road while we're.
or back to the clothing shop.
Sure. Fine. We want to go look.
there.
Want to head over there? That's fine with me.
I mean, we're a stone's throw away from it. We might as well.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We can definitely do that. Just try to get this done. What I think we all want to do is
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
all
just,
we want to do is to go to the cave and try to save.
have we even told? Have anybody told you as far as why we'd be going to a cave?
No.
Well,
We did tell you actually. We kind of told you.
we haven't like directly.
That's what I mean. I don't think we.
We have like in as a group just been like glanced over it. Like, is this what we're going to do? And not like.
So let's. Okay, so that's what we're.
That's why I kind of was trying to bring us into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
To actually talk about the whole.
Okay, so let's move on then. Let's go to the clothing store. Or talk about this.
Is anybody inside?
All right, yeah. As you end up walking over to the clothing store, it looks like there's actually going to be 2 people in there.
Fucking cold, by the way. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah,
It's always
I
Shit
cold
has
in here.
not turned off.
It's
It's
always
usually warm.
it's
in
turned
here.
off like a couple times.
It's usually warm. In here.
But you are going to say there's 2 people.
Like 2 customers.
2 customers, yeah.
What's the main dude's name?
Get out!
Edward's boyfriend.
No, I'm outside just sharpening my axe.
So you need to be part of this, buddy.
Nope, I'm outside. Okay, y'all can peek out the door.
You gotta get in. Come on.
I'm outside.
You have to be in
I'm
just a
outside.
step in. You can
I'm
have.
outside.
You need to be a
I'm-
part of this
hello.
conversation.
We've already had this conversation.
That's fine. If you don't want to be a part.
I'm right outside
that's
the door.
fine.
Okay, we go in, except Edward.
I mean, are you fine having this conversation in front of these 2? I
Don't they have like a little dressing room?
Not quite that
I've never
private.
actually been in the back, so I don't know.
Pretty sure we could probably ask him for that.
I look at Edard as I'm like standing in the doorway.
You're not gonna catch anything.
No, just listen. If you can get him to go in the back and not come out until
He's
That's
not even
probably
out.
where
I
we
don't
need
think-
to go. The back.
that's not where we talked about.
Yeah, but last time it was evening. Now there's customers. Or we can say screw it and just have the conversation
Right here?
right here with the customers. I don't.
Or just right outside.
Which would be less popular.
We're not discussing
Populated.
anything. We're not discussing anything bad.
Sure.
We just okay. What's the next step here? Obviously, Crank couldn't show up this morning. Something's going on. Do you think the Blighted Lords mean to somehow get involved with this bounty program the Lord just announced? Apparently.
Well,
Potentially,
that's-
but-
I'm not sure. Maybe. That's-
I mean, honestly, I have no idea. I'm more
Well-
curious at this point, kind of. As far as Zephyrus.
I'm going to give up on the idea of any sort of firearm from Crank.
Oh
for
yeah.
now.
Now at this point, you're kind of
That's
shit out of luck on that one until you find out.
oh well. So, we do have a few different things to do, though. We still have to go to the library to search on Edard's condition and possibly any sort of other evidence of. We also did say we were going to go to the cave. That does seem like a no-brainer thing to do. Just go clear out a cave, rescue a master wizard.
I mean, that's pretty time sensitive.
And we would need to kind of. That's kind of what I wanted to see if that's what we all want to do.
Well, if we're okay with that, then we can do that immediately and come back and do the rest of it. But I'm not sure if there's any other business that is pressing that we need to go address before we just go
I mean,
spelunking.
clearly it's better to find this wizard alive, and the quicker we get there, the better chance. I mean,
That's fair.
Elena, what do you think?
by the way, we tried to go by the Magic and More shop. the wizard that owns the place is still not there. His little helper that hides in the back and does mix potion mugs. He said
this magic shop seems to be the biggest one in the city.
Yeah.
One of the only ones.
One of the only ones.
the owner's
Bringing
been
this-
missing for at least a couple days.
Bringing this wizard back could, be a big deal to the city.
Yeah.
As well to us as a potential.
Yeah. He is about if we travel safely, it's about a 2.5 day travel to get there.
Days at best.
Or
Or
I
at
know
most.
of 1 to 2 days.
At most 2 days. is
Yeah.
what I'm-
One
At
direction.
most. So if we are able to get some horses, travel fast, we could.
I mean, I guess it's a good thing it's legal now.
Well, we're not on a.
Oh, this is not.
We're not a bounty.
This is not.
No, this is not a
literally
bounty.
assisting.
The guild is not allowed to do business here,
Yeah.
regardless.
We are
Yeah.
literally
These are independent bounties provided by the board and his council.
we are not getting paid for this.
This is just something for our own hopeful benefit.
It is it's a good investment.
And I guess there's nothing better to do.
But
That's the conviction of a real adventurer.
but there's good potential. I mean, we looked through the windows at the shop. It's got very high stock in there, so we could potentially find some things for everyone that would help out a lot.
I don't mind getting my hands a little dirty again in some cave business.
Yeah,
That's what I'm good at.
I've been in this suit for too long. I need to be able to stretch out a little. So.
Stretch out, maybe swing, maybe get Gerb swinging on something useful
It's
besides
possible.
you two. Or just
Yeah,
Windows.
you
We need to unleash the true Gerb.
You need to give me a stat block.
So, we're collecting our belongings and venturing out towards the cave to rescue a wayward wizard.
We'll try to find a stable first, see if we can get some horses.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down with all this.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like a plan. If everyone's agreed. Agreed.
Really good with that.
All right. Let's go find Zephyrus and hopefully we get back before I die.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Would be nice.
But then you might die in the fight anyway. So.
Yeah. That could happen. Could. Let's
With excellent management, I believe you'll do fine. Speaking of management, where is she?
She actually stayed up in the room. Seemed like she was pretty tired from last night. So
Margaret.
I'm gonna go head to the stables if there is. Stable.
there are stables outside the city gate. Yeah.
I would have gone. Kind of gone.
Actually, I would have. Sorry, I would have gone to the card booth. Papers are made to see if the person that made mine is working or around.
Okay. What else have the rest of you done?
I'm gonna be going directly to the stables.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
thing.
Getting my stuff back. Going, I guess.
What do you mean getting yourself back?
I'm in the fancy clothes.
Yes.
So getting like my normal clothes.
Okay.
Do you suppose I should let Margaret and Cynthia go with Olivia?
And you're just going with me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that's what we're gonna be doing then. Okay. So before we meet off, then I guess everyone just meet at the stables. Then. Or then we'll head out from there.
Yeah, very quick.
All right. See you then.
All right. So as you end up kind of heading off to the stables, you're going off that way. You end up getting your clothes with Arthur and kind of walking back. What do you guys want to do?
Talking about Wayne and I?
You guys are walking back to Fortune's Den.
Lot going on. What do you think about these lordly things going on? It's the first we've heard of even the Lord and his council even surviving. pick up any sort of resistance.
I think this whole situation feels fishy. There's something else going on in the background they don't want us to know about. I don't know. It's just something's not sitting right with me.
Do you think this feels proxy-like? This feels like we're fighting somebody else's battle? Or rather, that's what they're doing?
I think they want us to.
Well, the bounty incentives, I do believe, will. Any amount of gold for people to just go out and wantonly find Imperial officers and just beat the shit out of them. Be like, well, okay. Where's my money, then? That will prove to definitely rile the masses. Especially if those privateers, that specific mention of ships. If anything, that means that the Lord and his forces don't have any sort of navy. That's what that tells me. It tells me that Imperials more than likely have control of the sea. And this is the Lord's way of perhaps trying to counter that as best as can. That's what it tells me, at least, if I was to. Okay.
If the
Bird's eye
Imperials
view.
have control over the sea, things are moving a lot faster than I thought they were.
Well, they did, when they did besiege Pike, they did blockade the harbor, and they did have siege equipment on the ships. Even when we looked outside the windows of the keep and looked outside at the harbor, we were seeing them flinging rocks all the way into the city. So that, I do believe that is of no surprise whatsoever, that the Lord's forces don't have any part of any navy. What I'm curious about, though, there's nothing going on with I have Exmouth. I've seen the dragons come down and attack Risenstone, but there's been no mention of it here. Have you noticed that? And this is supposedly the place where, there's like legendary hunting parties that go and take extremely wealthy individuals to go kill a dragon. There's seemingly no mention of that, just as we've been here this whole time. I don't know.
It is odd.
There's a lot of things that there's just so much going on. It seems like there might be one singular thing kind of tugging all of these different strings. But it also seems pure chaos as well. Obviously with the Master, we've only just started working with him, and already the Imperials are seemingly making more of an enemy out of themselves since. I don't know. Sorry, just passing thoughts. I didn't know if you had any other opinions of that. Or if I'm just crazy thinking these things, or these are the things that keep me up at night.
They're definitely picking and choosing with the citizens here now.
Oh, that's quite apparent. Especially to the masses. How much do they even know? Do they even know that? We don't even know if there's Imperials outside of the keep at all, or the city. Just believe what the Scale Legionnaire says. So, it's that time we go find out for ourselves, I think.
Yes, so.
Okay.
Alright, so y'all end up walking the rest of the way over and getting up to your room at the Fortune's Den. As you end up actually walking up through the front counter, up towards the front counter, you are going to see the man. I'm saying, oh, just sorry, you have the villa upstairs. Remember that checkout today will be roughly in 2.5, 3 hours. Unless you're willing to extend, in which case we could just go ahead and put a hold in the account for you.
Yes, please do that. If you don't mind. We will be.
How many more nights would you like to stay?
At least 2 more nights, I'd say.
Well, go ahead and respect that, but we will need deposit for the rest of the evenings after. The first night, given the status and everything, is good.
Sure. Do you mind if I run upstairs to grab my effects?
Yes. Oh, don't. Absolutely fine, sir. Absolutely. So you guys end up finding your way upstairs?
Well, Margaret, Cynthia, did you hear the news?
Oh, sorry, I'm just waking up.
Oh,
What was
my.
the news? What was it? The news?
Well, turns out the Lord put out a bounty program, and the Scale Legionnaires are imploring the citizenry to take action in war against the Imperials.
Oh, that's quite nice. Should expedite things that way the Lord could get back to rightfully owning his land.
You sleepy?
A little bit. It was a long evening.
You made me yawn.
I think he made himself yawn,
Well,
too, actually.
Cynthia, I do have a favor to ask.
Yeah.
Could you or at least could you cover the expenses for this room for the next 2 nights? We will recompense will come for sure after we go and rescue a wayward wizard in a cave.
I won't ask much on that, but yes, I could cover the room.
Okay, thank you. And Margaret, if you don't mind, please holding it down here. Do with your time what you will, my love.
You don't see. You watch as she kind of like usher you over towards one of the side rooms. See, Vivo accidentally set up the rest of my equipment, so I've been brewing some potions.
What do you have? Anything to share?
Nothing yet, but at the end of the day, I will have a potion of healing for you.
Oh, well, that is splendid.
Of course, anything for you, my love.
Anyway, I think that will be all. I'm just grabbing all of my things and not asking any further questions about anything. Cynthia, I'm glad your night seems it was long. Did you find anything fruitful?
Not as much as I would have liked. Just general mingling, networking, if you want to call it that.
So you just drank, is what you're telling me. You just drank.
No, but I am going to go back to
All right, well, ladies, thank you. We will see you, hopefully, tomorrow. I grab the rest of my adventuring gear, strap up. Ready to go.
Cool.
Same.
Alright. Cool. Okay, we're going to go to Scorn. So as you end up approaching the main gate, you're going to see what looks like a different one of the Scale Legionnaires that kind of work in the gate right now.
Do I remember that? I should have fucking looked that up. Can I roll history to see if I remember the name of the guard?
Sure, you can.
That's Sam McGee.
Bilbo
Oh,
Swag.
thank God.
Bilbo Swaggins.
14.
Duh.
Da. That's right. Or up to guard at that booth. Have you seen Star working today?
No, Doll's not working today, no. What can I do for you, though, friend?
Well, you see, my father had left me this pass, and I need to. It's instructions to leave it to change it to my name, and I wanted to get that done.
I see that. That name looks familiar. Let me, one moment, please. You watch he kind of like goes off into this back area and starts like pulling up papers and everything.
Sonny boy.
Yes, I knew that name looked familiar. You watch he kind of puts the paper down. Puts his hand on the counter. I'm so sorry for your loss. The death papers came in just this evening.
He was a good man.
These are difficult times we're living in, and it's not going to get easier losing your father.
Especially with that announcement I was just given.
My deepest condolences. I lost my father here maybe a year ago. It's not easy. But, as it turns out, he did leave some effects for you. So if you are able to get into, and we'll go ahead and sign the paperwork for you, you should be able to get some of these effects from the bank.
Beautiful. Thank you.
We'll go ahead and transfer this over. It looks like you will still need to pay the fee. It is going to be 500 gold. Renew the pass since it is up for renewal.
Give him 500 gold.
All right, and we'll go ahead and sign right here. So I'm going to put a special signature on this. You watch it just kind of whips the pin around, nothing writes. All right, and once you go ahead and present this off to the bank, they will go ahead and give you the rest of your effects. Perfect. That was your heirlooms from your father.
Take the paper then. I head off.
Okay. All right, we'll do two of you then.
To the stables.
Okay, so the two of you end up kind of walking through the gate, walking the rest of the way out, heading off over towards this rightmost area as you just exit, kind of over towards the farmland. You're going to see what looks like a giant barn set up. It looks like it has stables outside.
I kind of just walk over and I kind of try to see if, like, see if there's anyone maybe, like, in charge or, like, that runs the stables. And trying to see, kind of quick peek to see if they even have any horses available.
Yeah, you're going to see a bunch of horses in there. You're going to see what looks like a gentleman that's standing out there kind of leaning up against a carriage, kind of reading a little, like, pamphlet or something. And you're going to see the carriage is actually drawn with a couple of horses on it. You're going to see another gentleman that looks like he's actually feeding the horses.
Okay, I'm going to go up to the guy that's reading. Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, where would you like to go?
Oh, well, we're gonna be venturing off outside city limits, but we were wondering if we could probably rent some horses from you guys.
Would you prefer renting horses or prefer renting a carriage?
Individual horses would be preferred, actually.
Where exactly is it you're trying to go then?
Way outside city limits, a little bit south from here. Yes.
Do you know where it is that you're going? It sounds like a carriage would be the fastest and cheapest way to get you there. You're renting horses.
Fastest.
The horses will be a lot more expensive.
How much would the carriage be?
I need to go where you want to go. If you're able to point to on a map, I could tell you roughly how long it will take. Especially if it follows one of the major roads.
Yeah, I got it on the map.
Right around there.
Can you actually show me again? 'Cause I can't remember how many blocks
Yeah.
it was.
It was like 2.5, roughly, but.
Tree fitty.
About
No, goddamn Loch Ness monster, you don't give me no tree fitty.
The extra terabyte.
Oh, yeah, the little buckle hit the table.
Oh, so if you're wanting to go there one way, that's going to be about roughly half a day's journey. We'll get you there around nightfall.
Oh, wonderful.
If you would like me to, I'm assuming you're just picking something up. I could just wait there and take you back, or I could just drop you off.
Well,
But for a voyage like that, the rates are going to be a little bit more expensive, especially during the wartime.
I would assume. How much is the rates usually go for that,
Oh,
that journey?
The rates for a carriage about going this far, you're going to be looking roughly at 150 gold pieces.
Carriage. Okay. Carriage fits 6 people. Can fit 6.
Pretty comfortably.
Okay. So how much? 150?
150 gold.
Pretty cool. And how much are for the horses?
The horses.
I know you said it's expensive. I just want to get a.
No, absolutely. If you're willing to rent a horse for, you said 6?
Let's put 5. 5 horses.
If you're wanting to do a horse for 5, it's going to end up being. It's going to end up being about 45 gold pieces per horse for the day.
45 per?
per horse.
Per horse.
Per horse.
Per
So
horse.
that's
If you're looking to
it's
buy a
90,
horse,
90
however,
gold per person because it's per day, right?
per day.
Oh, it's per day.
So it's 90 gold per person instead of 150 for the whole cart.
If you are looking to purchase a horse, though, we are selling those for 120 gold.
I'm not even. I'm like me.
No, I know. I'm just trying to.
I
Left
buy a
our
damn horse.
horses.
Are you familiar with that area that we're trying to go to?
to spot off the road.
Yeah.
I suppose I'm familiar. I've ridden past her in my carriage before.
So the road goes fairly close to that. We're looking at that.
It looks like wherever you have it marked. It looks like it's a little bit of a hike into the woods off the road. I'm not going to be able to take you there, but I could drop you off at the marker on the road.
No, let's say there's a possibility that we would want to. Is there any way you could? How long could you wait there for us?
Well, if you want me to wait, that's not normally something I do, but we could work something out depending on the distance.
You see the reason why I'm going out on a geological study. I've heard rumors of this potential, cave that could provide some information on some of my studies. And of course, with the current war going on, I don't want to make the trip by myself. So I have hired this good fellow here, along with some other compatriots, to kind of, protect me. In a sense, if something were to go wrong, of course, cave in or some kind of wolf in there, you know those stories. So I completely understand if you don't want to wait. So
Roll performance.
woo, let's go.
Come on, get.
That's a crit fail.
Crit fail.
Do you have inspiration?
We sure do.
Oh
I
wait,
think.
from when we did the doors,
The door
right?
strat.
The
Oh,
door
yeah.
strats. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's 20 this time.
It was slightly.
It was
oh,
cocked.
it was
It was
slightly
cocked.
gonna be one anyway. Just kind of. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's a 6.
6.
It's better than one.
You don't have anything to add to that.
Sorry about that.
Except
you
my
don't,
-1.
you don't seem like much of the archaeoristic archaeologists. I'm not sure exactly what it was that you said, but you.
Geological studies. Well, well, you're not wrong. You see, not per se, just normal rocks. More of the.
If you're looking for volcanic rocks, you're going to be best going into the Eye of Exrath. You would know that if you knew rocks.
I do know that. I've just heard word of mouth that something interesting might be going on in this cave.
Did you say volcanic?
rocks?
or
I said arcanic.
Oh, okay.
Arcanic.
He said arcanic, not.
His answer would be the same.
Okay.
Why does a stable master know so much about fucking rocks?
Because it breaks his wheels on his carriages all the goddamn time.
Goddamn arcane rocks.
Regardless
Sedimentary.
of the matter. Well,
There's literally floating rocks over in the sky in the Eye of Exrath if you're looking to study arcane rocks.
trust me, I've attempted to, but you know as well as anyone here, the Eye of Exrath can be very, very dangerous. No matter. I will be waiting for our other compatriots. It seems like we might be leaning a little bit more towards the carriage. But we are going to wait to see on the rest of our party, see what they decide with.
Very well.
Just 1 moment.
Scorn's getting up walking up around this time too.
Well, I was going to ask you, how close was that guard shack to the bank?
It's literally you enter the city and go all the way over to the.
So I had to turn back around
Go back inside the city and go all the way across town to the bank.
and come back to meet where I was going. Did you guys get the horses?
Well, not
Or whenever.
yet. You see, we're faced with some options. Either rent a carriage for 150 gold a day. The horses by themselves is 45 gold a day.
45
Per
per
person.
horse.
Per
Per
horse.
horse per day.
I would just get a carriage.
Well, I wanted to, get a consensus on everyone else.
If we get the carriage, we also do stand out a little more, and
Plus the
Yeah,
guy
but we're
is-
going on a rescue mission.
Right,
Like,
but there's
so-
the guy leading the carriage. as well. We're not going to be leading the carriage. It's the guy, and we could possibly.
He knows the risk. That's why it's charged more.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
He's offering. He knows this wartime.
There are added expenses if we decide to ask if he could wait for us.
I mean,
He said
ideally,
he-
we're not gonna be there long, so probably
Well, he
waiting.
said he
would
may
be-
or may not wait, depending on what happens outside. So
I mean,
and let's weigh in the
fair.
options as well. If, per se, we come out and he's not there,
I'm not gonna pay him. We're not gonna. You pay him to get there and say we'll pay you to wait. Well, here's upfront money to wait.
that,
Half there, and then whenever.
that could sway him a little bit more. Yeah. That's only if, per se, Zephyrus, if we rescue him, if we find him in there, can't teleport us.
Well, our assumption is he can maybe do one or two, but not the full group. So we're still gonna need the carriage to get back.
We could bribe him a little bit.
I mean,
We'll
it's
make
not
it-
bribing. We're just paying him.
We'll make it work. Probably carriage is the best.
How much is the carriage? 150 a day.
150 a day. He said we.
Still cheaper than 6 horses.
He also said we'll be able to get there within
Then-
before nightfall.
Then let's. Whenever the other two show up, we should go.
Right, about another like 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes or so are gonna pass. You're gonna watch as Arthur and Elena walk up.
Have we already negotiated and we purchased the horse, or are we still?
It would still be the same rate to get you guys out.
That's fine. I would agree to it.
Hey,
We ready to set
we're,
out?
I think we made the consensus. I mean, if that's all right with you guys, so we agreed that we were going to be taking a carriage to the location.
It can get us out there in about half a day.
Half a day, it's 150 gold for the day. Per horse, it's like
Is that enough
45.
time for you to get back?
Half a day there and back. It should only take a full day.
Three
Plus
moons, right?
plus the time it takes for us to.
But you still
When
have
do you-
3
when-
moons. You have
Yeah, I
plenty
was
of
told
time.
3 moons at most
You're fine.
for this thing.
Oh, I thought it was like we had a 1-day turnaround to
No,
get you back.
it's
Oh, then
2 to 3. So I'm
Well-
honestly quite surprised he'll be able to get us there.
What was
Quite
wrong with
fast.
getting horses?
Too expensive.
It's expensive. It's 45 gold per horse.
Per day.
It's like at least double the price.
Or, I mean, there is also the option of purchasing a horse.
It's either 90 gold each or
Well,
50 gold.
the object of funds and things
No,
is
30
not in my wheelhouse at the moment.
If we buy horses, we also have to pay to stable them when we get back.
That's also true.
But they will be our horses. We did have mounts from that we did big Shadowstone. Or excuse me, Risenstone.
Well, we sold. We sold the horses and the carriage. And
Oh, that's true.
All right, so let's go ahead and get the carriage. That will
I'm
work.
already inside the carriage.
All right, very
Oh,
well.
you paid for it
I
already?
literally was like, let's fucking go.
Would you prefer the top up or top down?
Down?
Down.
Down there.
Down.
Very well. You'll watch it kind of pulls back the tarp and everything. You're watching it's kind of like a wooden frame that's kind of over there, but the tarp's just kind of on top.
All
Well,
right.
let's get this
going.
wagon rolling.
All right. And just so you know, the way this thing is designed, it's going to be a little bit more, bumpy since we're moving a little faster, but it's not going to be nearly as bumpy as it could be.
As quick as you can get us.
Okay. And he's going to be off. All right. So as you guys are traveling, anything that you want to do?
Yes, actually. I'm there sitting with my companion. Just looking at you, Elena. And I would say, so Elena, I feel like I owe you as much of an explanation as everybody here. Well, I kind of told them already. So, what you saw back in the Blighted District when you were with Ezra, and I'm sure you are well aware that I pulled back the cape, and what you see looks like almost like a large metal cage, in a sense. But inside you see kind of like an ethereal being in a sense, and from the head up, you see the face of a woman. This is or was kind of technically is my wife. Her name is Eliza. You see, Eliza meant the world to me. And when I took the journey to become stronger, not for myself, but for her as well, she became rather ill, gravely ill, in fact. And while I was training in the temple with the monks, I heard word that she fell ill. And when I rushed to her, I found that there was almost nothing I could do. Funds were low, and I was desperate. So I went around searching, word of mouth, if there was anything I could do. This day, I still don't know if the decision I made was a correct one, but what ended up happening is that I found someone that I think can still help. An old woman out in the woods. Her name is Thata. She is a hag. She promised me that she will be able to save Eliza's life. In exchange, she demanded these impossible items. And by gathering these things, she promised that she would heal her. And so, desperate at the time, I agreed. She took Eliza, laid her down, and took her soul essence and infused it to this. She told me that if I don't spend any type of magic on her, at least within the 24 hours, I will lose her soul forever. Also lose Eliza forever. And if I bring back these items back to her, then she could possibly use them to heal. I've spent a long time now trying to find them, and couldn't even find one on my own. But upon meeting you all, I was able to find one within a day. So that's the reason why I'm deciding to stick with you guys. Seems sticking with you all greatly increases my chances in finding these items that Thada has requested of me. And I just thought I deserved to show and explain everything that's been going on with me. Just clarify these things and try to be more open, and I feel like that's what if you need to say anything or say to me, I'll gladly hear it. In return, I would just like to ask who I'm with.
Well, I mean, don't really ever recommend making deals with hags.
I can kind of agree to that, but at the time there was desperation.
What did she ask you to find?
One of the things that I already have is actually this. We got it from the master actually, and it was it's that had has the ether moth in it. I need the moth that's inside this. She also requires a dragon's egg, soul stone, and diamonds in the quantity of 10,000 gold.
So that possibly be why you joined the fight.
The fights, no, that's not the reason why I joined the fight. I doubt I would make 10,000 just a simple fight. The reason why I joined the fight is, well, all my life I've kind of been afraid of my own shadow. And it was like that for many years, up until I met Eliza. Eliza was like my rock, my boulder. She not only guided me, but at the time when we were kids, protected me as well. And every time I was away from her, I felt lost. And I feel like I always needed her protection. She was strong, brave, she was a kind soul. And I guess the reason why I'm doing this fight is to show that I can be brave.
So you're proving it to yourself.
Yes.
It's not the thing I think of doing right away, to be like, yeah, you know what, maybe I am worth something. It's just enlisting myself in a gladiatorial combat to the end. I feel like that's a little too much to prove. Unless you're real damn sure about it. Or just crazy about it in general.
Could be a mix in there.
People have done crazier things for less. We all know that.
I mean, at least it's a pretty surefire way of knowing whether you're a coward or not.
Signing up, I think that's something that you can do, and I think I'm good on not doing ever. Unless I really have to. But even then.
Right. No, I mean, to each their own. I can respect that. I just felt this is something that I need.
As long as Reginald, your story does it does weigh on my heart. And I think what you ended up doing was finding yourselves in all of these different trials of self, only to find yourself in a worse situation overall. Trying to make up for something that you think you did wrong, but I don't see where you went wrong, Reginald, other than trying to prove more and more that you are something that you wish to be, but what's wrong with just being you?
I wish I could convince myself of that. I wish I could convince myself in believing that I am better. I'm honestly not sure, but I feel like doing this might be able to clear my head at least a little better. And with this challenge ahead, I feel like it'll also clear my mind as if going out on this quest is to see if I'm even strong enough to even keep going. I agree. Look, going out into the woods, talking to a hag, not the most sane thing to do. No, you're absolutely correct. But whoa. If I'm given the opportunity, even with the slightest chance, me bringing her back, I'm willing to risk it.
Fair.
Family is important.
I get it. I used to.
If you're lucky enough to still have it, it's something to fight for.
I used to love somebody, but that was a long time ago. Luckily, I have Margaret now.
I was gonna say, you don't love Margaret.
It was talking about childhood muse, all those things. But I do know what you mean. The burning passion to do just about anything, just for one person. because they deserve everything. I've lost that fire, personally. For one person. Tell Margaret what you like after this, but finding a truly defined soulmate it's hard to come by. And we're with you, Reginald. We're with you as much as we can. Problem is, with the arena, we can't. That's a little more what I'm concerned with. I think this was a bit of a hasty decision. One that I do think you can live with and get past. But this is a trial unlike no other. Because it literally could be.
I mean, I'm going to assume at least you are not fighting headlining.
I'm not sure. They're
Oh, you know for sure it's a headliner.
not- I know it's for sure it's a headliner.
Sure it's a headliner.
Okay. Well,
I think I remember that.
I'm prepared.
I'm
I couldn't remember.
I'm gonna do
I'm
everything
in the
for
heat
her.
of the moment.
It's all good, it's all good.
Well, let's. You know what? This adventure to this cave will only serve to sharpen your skills even more. And maybe it's not about learning how to work better with teammates, but rather realize your own shortcomings and making up for them with something else. You're like, wow, geez, that one thing that almost stabbed me right in my side almost stabbed me right in my side. Maybe I should, I don't know, do something differently when I'm fighting alone.
I mean, I could train you with Gert.
Yeah, you saw how the training went already this morning. Well, no, you
It
did it.
was
Oh my!
not
You know what he?
what-
You know what he did this morning. You know what he did. Sorry, I did not mean to take this conversation. Yeah.
Gerb.
Good. Just sliced open a forearm.
Why?
Because Edda was like, "Oh, come on, let me hit you." Didn't want to try to hit him, kind of thing. And Gerb was like, "Yeah," and just started swinging. Right, Gerb? Yeah, Gerb just started swinging.
God.
And then Edda decided, well, who else wants to go with little Gerb? Like, the fuck? No one. Can't we just have breakfast? Anyway,
It's a good way to get the endorphins going.
Early in the morning.
I think that's adrenaline. That might be, shock to the system,
Bubbles.
trauma, blood leaving your body trying not to go into shock as you're bleeding out.
That was bleeding out.
There
Cut
was
open
blood
her
all
arm.
over the floor.
It's not
You had to clean it up.
Anyways. Regardless, he does raise a point. I mean, this is good experience. We're up in the field. We're not necessarily on such an urgent mission. It is urgent, but we're not running for our lives right now. This is kind of
Yeah, this is finally
Leisure.
Side quest.
it's finally a thing we've
chosen to
come
do.
up exactly chosen to do not out of necessity.
Not thrown at us and say, here, do it or die.
Well, I guess bringing up the conversation of choice was we chose this as a group to do this pretty much without Elena originally. My curiosity also is to kind of follow up what you asked, Reginald, was who are you with? Right, so we answered the conversation. We gave a little back story as far as yesterday. But Edard and I also buried the hatchet. Part of us being together as a group going forward is we discussed how I brought about my crew and how being able to trust everybody that's on this carriage. Now, Elena, I have to ask, can I trust you?
Have I given you reason not to?
You said zero things besides do not like you. Do I hate that you? It is your fault. Everything has been done. You have done, or like Dino's dead. All this, everything is my fault as well as my profession as a slave trader. You've given 0 ounce of even attempt.
Well, if you put it that way, it's not going to sound great for
I'm
you.
just. She asked. It's fine. My
Unfortunately,
profession is my profession, but I
unfortunately,
can't.
Scorn is very blunt, and it does not bode well for personality sometimes. So I think what he's trying to say is, I think me and you had a very nice talk outside the city when we were waiting for our passes. Maybe it is good to share that information with the rest. Like where you're from, stuff like that.
Is Vivo with us?
He goes back in the room with Lee.
I really.
Vivo's Jody, straight up.
Well, if you guys haven't figured it out yet, I come from a royal family. That's how I was able to get into the district. Got the rings to prove it. There's a bit of a tragedy back home. Well, a lot of tragedies. I had a pretty rough upbringing, if you even want to call it that. I practically raised myself. My parents were ashamed of who I was. Well, my father was ashamed. My mother, her fault I am the way that I am. But either way, they locked me away. They kept me hidden. Nobody knew I existed except for a few choice workers. Until I learned how to control this, and then I go into this form.
That's different.
First time we seen this, or
Yeah, we've never actually seen her.
Oh.
Alter ego?
But we've seen you shapeshift.
I need
We
to
we know she's a changeling.
Yeah. Or
We
some
just-
sort of magic.
We've never seen her true form.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Like disguise self kind of thing, or it could be.
I don't know if I should have
Yeah.
like gone. Whoa! Or like,
Auga,
yes, this
auga.
form. That's why I asked. Do we know this form?
Yeah. So this is me for real.
It's
Elena's not even really my name.
what is your name?
It's Vox, actually.
Monks?
Like just Fox or
Just Vox.
no last name? What's your
No.
name?
Changelings don't have last names.
What do you prefer we call you?
I guess when I'm in this form, Vox. When I'm in the other, Elena. Reason I have the alter ego, or whatever you want to call it, of Elena is that's how my family finally decided to introduce me to everyone. They said that they adopted me after I went with my brother, and I studied and watched this girl down at the docks, and I look like her now. So hopefully we never run into her. It'd be kind of messy, I guess. It's complicated, but yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Pleasure to meet you, boss.
Yes, I suppose I should reveal my identity too. It is not me, it is.
There's more to it, but that
You don't have to share everything now if you're not comfortable. Obviously, this is being along the road, and bumpy as it may be, it's not be the appropriate place for this.
It's good step toward trust.
But if you can share as much or as little as you want, so we don't want to pry. But it does help, I believe, it does help to know a little bit more about everybody.
Ask as well.
I agree. I like to think that I speak pretty plainly with everyone. I don't beat around the bush too hard. I try to be a little diplomatic, but open book, pretty much. Ask me anything. I try to ask everything I can think of, if there's anything worth asking about. So, as long as we're all on the same page, I know that we've only been traveling about a week with one another. But I think we've got a pretty solid team here. Even got little Geb.
Oh, gremlin.
Gerb the Buzzsaw. I'm calling that.
So then, what's our plan after the cave?
Well, I still intend on discovering things about the illithid stuff.
Yeah, we definitely need to go to the library.
Library. More about that.
If not
Find more
just for
knowledge.
Eddard, then at least to understand maybe there's some validity to all the brain nonsense. To be the one that the broken cuckoo clock, if you will, that keeps repeating itself about that. But essentially, I think that's the direction that we'll ultimately end up going. I don't know what will happen if we remain in Shadowstone for some time. Obviously, there's internal politics that we have to understand and navigate. I don't know if we even want to play any part in any of that.
When you mentioned politics, remember those people that were shot in the square? Right, do you think the Lord might be in the city?
The Lord obviously somehow passed word to the head of the Scale Legionnaires.
I mean, not necessarily.
Well, it's in some way, shape, or form it's either somebody pretending to be the Lord is truly dead, or the Lord is alive and well and in hiding. He could be in the city, but I don't know.
I don't know. At some point, we need to sit down and look through all that paperwork we have again.
All right.
And then there is the matter of
I want to look through that actually. Not in character, but like me.
So I do think there is some time to be spent in Shadowstone, at least more than a few days, to get what we truly want out of the place. And if we want, we can always stay a little longer, see what's going on. But ultimately, to an end, Shadowstone is not going to be the end-all be-all. Edgewind is obviously the place of interest that the Master brought up, and we are going to have to do our part and our obligation to the Master to raise more of the tablets and sellers.
Well, I mean, he has already sold one of those.
We didn't sell it.
Yeah, we didn't set. We traded fairly.
Well, regardless, we are down one.
Yeah, we had like 40.
There was plenty.
40?
We had a shit.
20. I want to say like 20 something.
Yeah.
Because
he
he
gave us,
only gave us like 5.
oh no, he gave us a lot. He, gave us,
He was like,
two-
yo,
he gave
spread
us,
the
two
word,
bags. He gives like a bag or two, and I just took a handful out of the bag. The stone tablets when we agreed to work with the master.
Oh right, I did want to mention that too. Like
I was gonna
That's-
put one up somewhere.
yeah,
I just hadn't figured out where I was
that's
gonna go.
that's also like a topic. Like we're still doing this, right?
Yeah, okay.
Like
I guess that still turns into, as we discussed yesterday. I mean, if I'm anything, I'm a man of my word, and I gave my word
Who's
that
that,
I will
Rena?
be. I agreed to the master and assisting him as well as killing Imperials.
Well,
Which
now
is
there's a
even more
gold incentive
to
for
kill
that.
Imperials.
I
So-
wonder.
but not
how much
everybody
of
was
that
on the
is
same
taken.
page. Is the main thing.
Well,
So I was just curious.
It was a hard page to get onto. I'll tell you that. With regard, this is probably a important question to ask now. With regard to the Imperials allegedly being out and about, we need to kind of figure out something to say to them if we're ever stopped They could be out here. Could stop our carriage man anytime.
Most likely
Our
will be
driver.
out here.
Intent to combat.
Halt, sir.
It's too late.
Papers.
Where's Nathaniel?
Don't worry.
You know a guy
I
named Nathaniel.
I know Nathaniel. Don't worry about it.
You know a guy named.
Not the droid you look.
I don't think my
It doesn't matter. We're paying the guy. He doesn't really have to have a reason. Is the same guy we talked to the same guy that's driving the carriage? Wasn't sure if he's like the guy that we pay, but then he sends somebody else.
No, it's the same guy.
Anyway,
So is the hope that we just don't run into Imperials and say, "Yeah, well,
I mean,
if they do come around."
You'll
It's
just
not that far.
smooth talk us through it.
That worked out great last time.
Depending on who they are, we can always just fight them, bring them back for gold.
Well, depends on how many there are.
Yeah, I was gonna say depends on.
You know, we could pick a fight if we
kill
want.
a few,
and
bring
to
some
be
back.
honest, they're only looking for officers, not just soldiers.
Well, at least for the gold incentives. But you know, if you get people riled up enough, they'll just want to kill you for the things you have on your person. Well, we'll see. I guess we'll see what's out on the road, and sure, we'll wing it when we get to it. Yes.
All right. So as you guys are on the road there for a while, okay,
You'll die.
you end up eventually getting to this point in the road where the carriage stops, and he says, "All right, now this is your stop." And we'll end there. All right. Well, thank you much, everyone, for tuning in for this week's episode of Millennial Tavern. We'll be back at it again here next Wednesday. So thank you so much. Be on the lookout. This will be up on YouTube here come Friday. So anything that anyone wants to shout out before we go?
If you like my beard, you can come back and look at it next week again.
There you go.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
Bing, bada, boom.
It's here every week.
I mean, to be fair, there are two. You kind of got it.
I grew it in. I just
You got two other guys at the table with beard too.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's got look at his beard.
But
His beard is great.
Come on.
His beard is
Yeah,
great.
you can literally hang off of that beard. You know, both
I
hands.
can
That's
literally
what
wrap my
That's where
hand
Gerb.
That's what Curve is hiding.
Yeah.
As a rose.
It's
Well,
holding back.
He's just gonna grab it.
There you go.
What? I've seen it in person. I don't know who you are.
Oh,
Who
Random
did?
people.
Who you be?
mysteries we'll
Oh.
find out.
Reveal
Next
yourself.
week on Millennial Tavern. Thank y'all so much. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and we'll see y'all next time.
Hunter.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hunter.
Later, Hunter.
Why?
Mysteries found out now.
Hunter.